Hey yo, what the fuck is good? It's Order of Opinion, bitch. It's your host, Anthony. This is my white co-host, Tim.
What's up, guys?
If you're just tuning in right now, we're in our 40th episode, I believe.
Yeah.
And we are continuing the rankings and breakdowns of the X-Men universe. All the movies in them. All fucking 9 of them that were created.
All fucking 9. They were created in the fires of hell.
Just to explain the Holocaust, some girls' period, and how to fucking go back in time.
I guess that's pretty much mostly what it's about, right?
Yeah.
And then Logan's shitty backstory.
His scumbaggery thesis.
Which leads up to one amazing old man
How to be
movie.
a scumbag?
Yeah, how to be a scumbag.
All the ins and outs. The 411 on how to be a scumbag.
How to start
Wolverine.
your life as a scumbag.
Step A is to have a rapist brother.
Step
Step B is kill your own father.
Be from the Canadian Rockies. Live a privileged life, and then abandon
Be
it all.
homeless.
Because then you just adopt to homelessness.
Yeah.
And then I guess step 3 would find a home in a mountain somewhere.
And having sex with women that are about 100 years younger than you.
Oh, you can't forget that. And just killing people that you know you're stronger than.
Especially Asians.
Especially.
That's Logan's life.
Well, he went and fought Germans and then fought Asians. So wait, according to both movies, he was somehow in the Eastern Front and the Pacific Front? How the fuck did he pull that one off?
Because he's homeless. So you could be located anywhere.
So he fought Nazis.
Wherever he keeps that trash can wrapped around his stick. That trash bag wrapped around his fucking stick. Wherever that's located, that's where Logan is.
Carrying it around, just killing Nazis and Imperials.
Because he has a pet chip in his neck, too.
I wish Logan was in fucking Star Wars.
I wish Logan was in everything. Who doesn't want a drunk, homeless, murdering scumbag in any of their shit?
Dude, you know what he'd be the best in? Is fucking King of Queens.
If he just took over fucking Lou Ferrigno's spot and he was just Doug's neighbor.
Yeah, this is just the old man Logan. He just wakes up, bottles are clinking around and shit. It's like, God damn it.
So yeah, we're continuing this, meaning we have previous episodes on it. So if you fucking subscribe, if you're on iTunes right now, or if you subscribe, or follow us, follow us on Soundcloud, and I guess Stitcher we get followed.
I don't know.
Those are the three we're on. If you're on any one of those, either one you're on, go to iTunes.
Yeah,
and fucking subscribe.
And leave us lovely comments and pleasantries to stroke our egos with.
We've done 6 movies so far in X-Men. They're all listed. They're all there. They say X-Men or Wolverine or Logan. Especially check out Logan, episode 33. That's the greatest movie ever.
With these, it's easier, too, because it's not some, like Star Wars Episode 7 and then the title. These, you can actually tell which one each one is.
Yeah. Speaking of which, check all those out.
Yeah,
also, we've done all the Star Wars, all the Harry Potter, all the MCU. Just check them all out. Especially the Star Wars one. They're fucking... I think they're pretty hilarious. It's probably a little bit of mix of some comment I like to call race-chasm. Or it's sarcastic racism.
You really hate mutants, Doctor, don't you?
And if you're into that, you'll definitely like Star Wars.
But just remember, you can't hate on the Italians and their meatballs. Because then you're a real racist.
And follow us on fucking Twitter and fucking Facebook, which I guess we'll look at. We're joining more groups. We're putting our shit in more places. And
hopefully we'll put it in your
We're making
ears.
release schedules, too. Tim's showing off his fucking... whatever, WordPress, whatever the fuck he's trying to do.
MS Paint. No, I don't know what the fuck it is called.
They're all
Pages.
up there, and I can guarantee they'll at least be done within the month of the listing.
Sometimes.
So.
Sometimes we try.
But check those out. So if you follow it, you at least know that. Probably, put it this way. If it says like February 14th or something, or April 14th, probably going to be out around May.
Just take the date we put and add the amount of letters that are in the name of the month.
Yeah.
And that's when it's actually coming out.
Either way, you'll know. Just fucking subscribe, right? And turn those notifications on. Download it automatically every time.
And you're guaranteed to at least get one a week.
Especially out in Germany and the Philippines. Keep repping it.
Yo, the
I'm
Philippines.
trying to be announcer for Manny Pacquiao's fucking basketball team games.
You think Manny Pacquiao listens to this? If someone in the Philippines knows Manny
"No,
Pacquiao,
I heard your accent on the Yoda.
dude, what if he paid you like $100,000 just to be like a celebrity announcer, and he was like, "But you have to sing with me. You have to sing on one of his love songs that he's making while he's supposed to be a governor."
His Tagalog remakes of any like Wayne Newton song.
The classics. And what is he supposed to be, a governor? A boxer?
No, he does the Tagalog version of Tiny Bubbles.
I get that. I've seen that. And it sucks. Manny Pacquiao, give us jobs.
Yeah, speaking of mutants, he's a mutant.
He is. How is he that powerful? He is the actual...
Because what are Filipinos known for? Like, sleeping at home? Like, the men taking care of the kids?
Polo shirts?
You know? What are they known for?
I don't know.
Being good at basketball until 5th grade? Is that what they're known for? Like, Manny Pacquiao carries their every bit of pride.
That's what I'm saying. He does so much for them.
For the male community, at least.
He's a fighter, a governor, a basketball owner.
And if you say anything about him on his basketball team, he'll kick you off his basketball team. As clearly shown. If you guys don't know about that, look that up.
And his
exit... You say anything about him, he'll kick you off his fucking team.
The exit exam for that team is you have to fight Manny Pacquiao. If you win, you can stay. Make $60,000 a year, which is basically billions.
Yeah. So, X-Men. I'm the host, so we're going over my list. Out of our scores out of 10, and we do fucking decimals. All right. If it's good for javelin throwing and shot putting, it's good for us.
You know, if they can give it.
If it's good for bobsledding, it's good for us.
Well.
Jamaica has a bobsled team.
If you haven't seen that movie, just go watch the most racist Disney movie ever invented. What was that called? Fucking
Cool Runnings.
Cool Runnings. Snowy Days. That's what I was about to call it.
Was that the song where like I can see clearly now?
I don't know what the fuck.
My treads have burned.
I
don't know. Like what was? How did that? I don't know.
I'm gonna this every day.
Yeah, we're continuing our X-Men rankings. So we're going over my list because I'm the host, and Tim will give his list as well. You'll hear that at the end. So if you don't like listening to any of the other bullshit in the middle, you can just listen to our list as well.
Just listen to the beginning and the end.
Actually, you know what, guys? You don't even need to download it. Just fucking stream it. Fucking pause it. Close the app. Return the app back on and start playing it. Do that about 90 times on each one of our episodes and cheat the system. Like I said, make up some accounts.
Can you make us more accounts? We can do that, but we won't. We might make more accounts.
We're even too lazy to cheat for our own viewings.
But you can cheat for us, and if you're too lazy for that, then just download it. You don't even have to listen. Download it and delete it.
And we got our first sponsor.
Yeah?
Yeah. From Summers & Co.
Summers & Co. The best.
Meaning Summers & Coke. Because they're selling a lot of blow.
They're selling a lot of blow, which we see in this movie especially. Blow is being passed around, and someone's happy again because he just got his mule back.
Speaking of which, my number 3 movie in the X-Men universe, the XCU, which you can find on Pornhub, YouPorn, and any local porn site. Just local.
Local porn site?
The X-Men, The Gaze of Future Past, with an 8.2.
8.2. What number was it again?
Number 3 on my list, yeah.
That's right. I have it at number 3 as well, and I gave it a 7.8 because it is not an 8.2. You're very generous with this movie.
Yeah, I mean, I sort of am. I feel like the only reason why I like it is because it actually makes sense in what's going on. There isn't a bunch of cut scenes here and there.
Yeah, I'll give it that.
It's all cohesive. And when they transition characters, meaning the old version of themselves and the young version of themselves, they actually have a clear path of what's going on and don't just break it up 50 minutes at a time. Like most of these fucking retarded movies, like Apocalypse.
And the only place it does that is sort of like the middle end-ish, but it makes sense, and it doesn't do it too much to where you're confused as to what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
Because for the most part, it's pretty linear.
Yeah.
And yet, for an X-Men movie, That's fucking fantastic.
Yeah. And you got, McAvoy's overacting.
Oh, God.
They're both overactors. Fucking Fazenbender and McAvoy. They're both overactors. And they're both sort of pervy as well.
Fazenbender, like, literally half the time he's just like, hey, baby.
So they're both creepy because they are overacting. Like, first off, fucking, Professor X, young Professor X, young OG Professor X.
He's triple OG.
He's the opposite of OG because he's fucking, what's the cry meter on him, like 23 times this movie?
I think he's cried at least like 30 times in one movie.
I mean, I guess they're trying to show that he's an emotional wreck because he's a fucking heroin addict.
I think they're trying to get the audience to cry.
If that's not what he went through, if that's not an allegory for fucking heroin, I don't know what is. Because it's
mid-70s, Vietnam War. He used to live with the biggest heroin dealer in the world.
And Scott Summers being a heroin addict, where is he right now? In the Vietnam times, where is he at?
In Vietnam.
He's in the army.
Moving that heroin, way. Yeah.
He was the one actually supplying Frank Lucas. I think, considering the fact that X-Men affects every fact and portion of history, Scott Summers would.
He used that
give
poison.
Heroin fucking Frank Lucas.
He used that
It's not some half black Filipino guy. Who was that guy in American Gangster? What the hell was he?
He was one of those mountain Filipinos.
But he had that swag though. He's like, "Hey, yo, man, I got what you need. Let me chew on a cigar."
He's like, "I killed an alligator with my bare hands."
Hey, Wolverine, you homeless motherfucker. I got some runner shit you can do, bro.
It's like, I remember you, Wolverine. I remember you.
Yeah. Scott Summers was getting off weight, and it's funny because even more interconnection to the facts and history. Beast probably did invent heroin. He's like, invented heroin.
Invented heroin in the supersonic
I
jet.
talk like this. I'm a fidgety fucking nerd.
Oh, shit.
Xavier's caretaker, Beast.
Yeah, he's a caretaker in this one.
He's an enabler.
Well, I think you mentioned this before, too, is like he basically gets to do whatever he wants at the house, so he might as well just stick around.
Yeah, because he's bumming at the house. And the funny thing about Magneto and Xavier is they're still the most selfish old British men in the world, because my theory is that they wanted to go back in the past, way in the past, because as was said, Kitty's like, I can only do like fucking 1 week in the past with this cool runnings looking motherfucker.
It's like, that's not enough.
That's the only way. Xavier's, of course, coaching the way he does is just like, how about try something a lot harder and a lot different? And it'll work.
We'll sort of prep you by giving you Wolverine, but the rest is on you.
And what was their plan?
Hope.
What was their plan? No. To get Magneto and Xavier together to talk to their main bottom bitch, Mystique. What the fuck did they need Magneto for? Because as they clearly show when they get him, he fucks the whole day up even worse than it possibly could have been.
Well, and you see in the future, they're like, okay, well, realistically, both of us only have like a year left anyway because we're old as fuck, so we might as well try to convince Wolverine to go back in time so that we can DP Mystique. And Magneto's like, yeah, that sounds great, Charles.
Well, my true theory is that Magneto's the actual mastermind, since he's the king of flipping the script in all X-Men movies. He masterminded this whole plot for them to go back in the past so he's not in jail for fucking 30 years. It's like, I can get myself out of jail now.
Or
I can live my life. And like Ian McKellen being the character he is, I think he just wanted to be straight again for a few years. Fuck some bitches.
It's like, I want a wife.
Quicksilver's mom.
I need a wife and a child I can sing to.
And Xavier just wanted to feel heroin again in his legs.
Just wanted Mystique to come home.
Because as they show Xavier, he's more useless with his legs than he is without his legs.
Oh, he's
in a physical fight.
Oh, yeah.
Somehow.
Isn't that right? Like, oddly enough, he sucks altogether.
Yeah.
Like, because he's defenseless without his legs. I mean, he's sort of defenseless with his legs. His power sucks.
Well, when he's on heroin, he can't say anything. He's like, we're part of the ABCDEFGHAI Federation. And Wolverine's like, dude, I'm going to hit him with a frying pan now, all right?
He's like, me and my associate are here to inspect your pots and pans. You need to evacuate.
It's because he's on heroin.
I was a very different man then. You'll have to be patient with me.
He's like, are you cooking heroin
he really is strung out. Like, he fucking, as he's stringing out shooting up heroin because he's shooting up all the time, smoking PCP soaked fucking joints, dreaming about Mystique, who he gave up on very easily. You took her from me. You abandoned me.
It's like
Charles.
I didn't even. You took her from me.
Right.
It's like, wait, what?
The movie all along, like, the movie moves along pretty well because it is very linear, but at the same time, there's just some parts of this movie where you're just like, oh my god, can you rate me with exposition and just like make this a fucking cartoon?
Oh god.
Like, it was a fucking cartoon half the time.
It was, especially when Professor X is sitting there explaining everything that needs to be explained.
Yeah, that's what he does.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, we got Patrick Stewart now. Let's get rid of any emotion or character development.
Give him some lines that explain the plot. It's like
we like hearing that. That's what we like hearing. We like hearing the Star Trek monologues. Shut the fuck up. And then the whole fucking environment of Days of Future Past is like this purple and pink fucking Pink Floyd cover band shitty decorations.
When it's not that, it's the Beatles. Like, half the time. They're like, oh shit, the Beatles. That's what the X-Men really are, is they're the Beatles of mutants.
Yeah, because they're all dressed as fresh as fuck.
That's what I'm saying. They're all wearing, like, bell-bottoms and fucking looking funky fresh in this one.
Yeah.
Magneto, he's not as funky fresh, but he's, like, matured funky fresh.
Yeah.
And
Where were you, Charles?
And he's got that dope, like, Spanish fit. Like, he's been thinking, he's like, I'm going to be a Spanish priest one day.
Yeah.
He's like,
and he's just trying to find any excuse to say metal. Because he can make his race disappear. Like, sometimes he's, like, Swedish. He's like, metal.
Oh, shit. That's what I'm saying. That's why they're like the Beatles. Sometimes they're just super English. Sometimes they're just English enough, but the world loves them.
Yeah. Pretty much, I don't know why I gave the movie an 8.2.
I don't understand either.
Although it is sort of, like, gripping at some points. Like, a couple of the action scenes are really well done and, like, correlate to where you're going from the plot. But at the end of the day, it's fucking people that we're seeing that exist 50 years from the past trying to destroy a timeline that has fucked up their own series.
That they fucked up.
So, it's like, all right, dude, I guess I'll live with it. At least Bryan Singer and Sneak Phoenix in. At least he didn't have any fucking naked gay men around.
I just like
because we know what he likes to envision when he's asleep.
Oh, shit. I just like the whole point of this is like, yo, Professor X is like, I've made a lot of mistakes. And you need to fix it, Wolverine. Yeah, and he's even ambiguous about what his mental state is. He's like, I was a different guy back then, meaning I was a fucking heroin addict, and you're going to have to get me off the heroin. Don't tell Beast to stop making the heroin for me, although that'd make the most fucking sense. Somehow my power is connected through my spinal cord. I have no...
So what
It's seated in my unconscious.
Because I wore bulletproof fucking suits. I trusted you, Beast. Maybe that's why Beast is the caretaker. He's like, oh, yeah, I did say those suits were bulletproof. I fucking lied.
Or Beast just like, I never told him anything about that. I just had they were suits. Like, he didn't even need one. He could
suits.
He's like,
say it's blue. You get it?
He's like, with your power, I mean, these are for their powers. You could have just gone in your clothes, Professor X.
Yeah.
Suit doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's fucking stupid. It's just... And, of course they open the fucking movie with, the Xavier narrative where he explains evolution as they're, as they're walking to go die in their Pink Floyd cover band.
Right, they're literally...
The audience, they're like, oh, this is another fucking Pink Floyd song.
Oh, look,
That's how they march.
Another Nazi reference. Fucking, they're now future Nazis.
Yeah.
And the Sentinels are the stormtroopers.
And it's apparently because people fucked over mutants, it's this apocalyptic world, which is like, isn't mutants supposed to be damn near lower than the gay population in the United States?
That's what I think he said.
They
it's
consider
a tenth
half
of a
the
tenth
gays
of a tenth.
mutants as well. like Kris Jenner. Does she keep Jenner anymore, or is she Kris Kardashian?
That's a good question.
She's a mutant.
It's Bruce. Chris.
No, I'm talking about Kris Jenner, not Bruce Jenner. Bruce Jenner's a known mutant. He's a top. He's a level 5 mutant.
Kris Jenner's mutant ability was to turn Bruce Jenner into a woman.
Yeah.
She's like, give me 30 years.
Well, he's the greatest white athlete of all time, if you consider it.
And then
he's beating Kenyans, fucking outrunning Kenyans. He's outthrowing Kenyans.
What did he do exactly? Did he just do everything? Was he just an all-around athlete?
I don't know. I just want to know when he turned into a moldy jack-o'-lantern.
The fact that
When did he start looking like a moldy jack-o'-lantern?
when he decided he wanted to be pretty.
When did he start looking like Green Goblin?
Oh God, doesn't he look like the Green Goblin?
He
though?
looks like he's suffering the Green Goblin disease.
Like he looks like
Fuck Bruce Jenner.
when William Dafoe was going crazy, his face in the Spider-Man movie. That's Bruce
Oh
Jenner.
God, you know what commercial I fucking hate on TV is the William Dafoe one where he's Marilyn Monroe.
Oh,
That shit
God.
just grosses me the fuck out. I don't know about anyone else, but that shit grosses me out. I'm also seeing Joe Pesci look like he's aged. Like he looks like he's Yoda right now.
He is. Oh God,
Pesci
yeah.
in the
Joe
fucking
Pesci did
Snickers
not age well.
commercials.
William Dafoe does not age well, and apparently Alec Baldwin is not aged well. Because despite what SNL might be tricking you into believing, you look at this fool on the internet, he looks like fucking Frankenstein.
Well, that's what we were doing last night. And we're not gay with each other or anything, but we do things together. And we were watching compilations of paparazzi shooting fucking celebrities. I know we're getting off topic here, but fuck it. It's our own goddamn show. We can do whatever the fuck we want. And showing how these paparazzi are with celebrities. And it's hella funny how some of the celebrities deal with it.
Yeah.
Right? Like, Bieber's always trying to make deals. He's like, bro, like, you could shoot the left side of my dick, but the right side of my dick has, like, a rash right now.
Justin Bieber just
One
sets
of the monkeys
himself
I
up.
have in my mansion was sucking a little too hard on that side. Just, can you just get the left side? And can you guys just shut the fuck up when? And I know you're paparazzi, you're trying to get a rise out of me, and that's your whole point of being here. But, like, can you guys stop?
Because
Because you're getting a rise out of me right now. Can you guys stop?
Right? And he's just trying so hard to get them to calm down, which is a huge change. Because at first he just swung at them.
Yeah. Because it's all these Middle Eastern be like, oh, hey, Justin, how do you feel about Kim Kardashian's smelly pussy?
It's like, hey, Justin, I heard your cock was small. Like, literally, they just say shit like that.
Yeah, right?
It's like, hey,
And they're like, oh, hey, Justin, my sister's still alive. Heard your sister died.
Robert Pattinson, I literally, when he was walking out of the club, someone just goes, club faggot! And he swung at him. It's like, yeah, of course you're going to swing at a dude that calls you a faggot.
Yeah, and all of them are just like, oh, you're walking near me. It's assault. It's assault. It's assault.
It's
And they
assault.
like fall down. They throw their phone in the air.
He's like, totally, me invading your privacy is an assault, but this is assault. You're assaulting me. And they all do it, and that fool even said, he's like, bro, you're just doing this so that I'll have to fucking settle with you $250,000.
Yeah, I would too. We should start doing that. Because I could easily piss off some fucking celebrities.
Swing at me then, Kanye.
Yeah, get me some fucking... Let me do some race-casm, some sarcastic racism with one of those fucking ethnic celebrities, and then I'll get it. I'll get those 200. I'll get punched in the face.
I feel like we like you and me could make Kanye West cry. Based on how sensitive that fool is.
Well, he's very sensitive because he's had apparently an impacted wisdom tooth for about 14 years.
That car accident just shot it right back up.
Yeah, but anyways, so everything's Pink Floyd, and they're fucking Pink Floyding around. And apparently they go, we're at China, right? We're in China.
They start in Moscow, they get attacked, and
Yeah.
then they end up in China somehow.
Yeah, apparently Sentinels are just like manipulative chain suits, whatever they fucking look like. I don't know what the hell those
Like
things are.
chainmail, like salamanders.
And Bishop, so just to explain the group here that's fighting off these Sentinels, we got Cool Runnings Bishop. You know, he's disappointed because he knows his bobsled team is a more cohesive team than this. You got Blink, who might be the rawest X-Men ever. She can just, fucking throw portals everywhere. She can make her pussy go one way or her pussy go in another one.
Dude, that'd be sick. She's like, we can't be in the same room to fuck, but I can open a portal right next to your dick. It's like, all right, I'm down.
We got a Native American that has made this Pink Floyd environment his res. What's his name? Warpath?
Warpath.
Yeah, he's just sniffing around. Eating animals raw. Whatever he's doing. Making TPs, fucking smoking peyote, whatever the fuck he's doing.
I wish the Summers brothers were still alive. They had some good meth.
Well, yeah, he doesn't need to buy any meth because Iceman over there just creates meth as he slides down it.
Yeah, Bishop or Warpath's running behind him taking chunks off like, I could sell this at the res.
If it doesn't work out, I'll just kill myself.
Alcohol's still good.
So that's pretty much Warpath. And Iceman, he's just making meth, sliding on it. He's fucking. That's the real ice, brother. I'll tell you.
He's
That's the
icing
real ice.
around.
He's icing around, and who's the other? Oh, we got Colossus. He's fucking making his dick metals so he can nut out some fucking Harry Potter unicorn jizz.
Yeah, does he nut out mercury when he goes metal?
I don't
He
know.
just shoots out silvery.
I think his dick just gets. He's the only one that could fuck Emma Frost.
Probably. A diamond.
Magneto figured it out. He's like, I need a metal condom. That's the only reason why he mentioned Emma when he was like telling Xavier all the mutants that died. It's like, oh yeah, remember Emma? And Xavier's like, yeah, that like cunt crystal that was stronger than me.
It's like, I know, man, but I finally figured it out.
Yeah. He's like, oh, you did? I wonder if I could.
He's like, no, not you. You need the metal.
The metal. And I guess this is pretty cool because they're fighting off the Sentinels, and this actually makes you feel like it's in a real war. The Sentinel can adapt to anything, so it just smokes Iceman's meth, and he's dead. And all the Sentinel had to do with Warpath was throw him an alcohol bottle, and he gave up, just like every other Indian movie. I wonder if, because traditionally in cinema, Indians were played by white people. I wonder if Warpath was actually a white man.
Oh, I think he's the Asian.
He's playing red. Yeah, and the Sentinels just start killing everybody. Of course, Colossus, like every other fight he's ever been in every X-Men movie, he fucking gets killed and just mopped. They got the Human Torch, who's like some Latino man.
Yeah, I didn't get that. And where did they get the Human Torch from?
I don't know. He's El Heat.
He's pyro on crack.
Well, don't say that because he's Latino. They don't do crack.
Oh, so he's pyro on meth. Sorry for the confusion.
Yeah, there's definitely some racial tension here.
Yeah, what the fuck is the ninja dude's power?
Because you got the Jamaican bishop. Jamaica has a bobsled team.
And was he...
I think the whole time that he was running and doing all this, he kept an egg in his suit. And he was like, I won't break it. It's my lucky egg.
That was a weird movie.
Actually, we really don't know what any of them are.
Can we do cool run-ins? Because that might not be fair. And, like, literally, when you watch that, too, like, some of their voices like, hey, man, hey, man. Like, they literally made them sound so fucking cartoonish.
And you know, Warpath, you know, he already lost. He's getting drunk in the corner, and he's just like, hey,
I made this wagwan for us. This will be our
well, his
shelter.
only attempt at fighting him was a fucking tomahawk.
He is nice.
He was like, I will protect my river. These are our natural resources. Come on. I couldn't even get that out.
He's like, the Sentinels have settled. Get them. Those silver devils.
Like, Blink is the rawest character. Like,
Blink
she's
is
so
great.
raw that she almost, like, is attractive to me.
She is
She almost is, like, she's all right.
Well, it's
I
hard to
mean,
tell
as
with all the
Blink.
stuff on
As
her face.
Blink.
Yeah.
As
the,
Blink.
The actress is pretty hot.
And of course, you know, they pay homage to Bishop in the cartoon because Bishop in the cartoon to me, maybe he was black, but I always thought he was like some Cuban or like some Puerto Rican or some shit.
See,
like
I always get Bishop and Cable mixed up, so I think they're the same
Bishop
person.
didn't have dreads, dude. He had like a curly mullet,
Yeah,
like he was
did.
in Lethal Weapon or some shit.
Dude, I had the fucking Bishop toy
Yeah.
from back then. He had fucking literally, it was like a
They
blown
better
out.
do Cable
long-
right.
Cable just better be the oldest, angriest
Yeah.
white guy they
Yeah,
can find.
on meth.
I want it to be the guy from what's that piano movie? Or the drum
piano
the drum
movie? That's-
the drum movie where the kid plays the drums and the teacher just yells at him. The State Farm guy.
Oh, Whiplash.
Whiplash. I want it to be that guy.
That is the State Farm guy now. He's like, oh, grab your fucking dick and put it in your fucking ass. Yeah.
That's what he would say. He's like, Bishop, get your shit together.
And of course, so Bishop's the one that Kitty, this undiscovered power that she had, can travel back in time and
Why
portal,
Bishop?
and they avoid the Sentinels. That's essentially what happens. And apparently, all the X-Men got split up, which I'm still trying to figure out. Now, like I said, as the Sentinels were on the Great Wall of China, which I'm assuming could probably see anything in China. Maybe not the Chinese couldn't, because those eyes can't reach out as far as they can. But Sentinels can see everything, right?
China is fucking humongous.
And And the X-Men, they show up in their fucking ship with their goddamn xenon lights on, as fucking loud as possible.
But they fly right over them. And then
And
they're
Xavier's
surprised.
using his fucking cerebral mobile app. He's like, we put that away.
He's like, all right, I gotta shut this off. I'm out of data.
And they just fucking show up as loud and as fucking bright as possible. And no, they don't get spotted, assuming they do get spotted. And even Iceman's like, oh god, these old queefs are gonna get us fucking caught up again.
And it seems like half of the mutants with Kitty and Iceman don't know who Professor X is.
Well, that makes sense. One of them's, he's living in a teepee. The other one's... The other one's smoking ganja on a beach.
So did they find them? Because they, Warpath and fucking
He
Kitty...
used a cerebral mobile app.
No, I get that, but did Iceman and Kitty find them? Because when they see the new X-Men, or the old X-Men, I guess, show up, it looks like Warpath and Cable are down to funk. They're just like, who are these motherfuckers?
There is no Cable.
Yeah, it's Cable. Or Bishop?
Yeah.
I always get them mixed up. One's white.
One's white and one's, partially black.
One of them has the dopest Jerry curl.
Or did. Now we have to deal with these poo-poo dreads.
I would have taken Will.I.Am.
I'll take Will.I.Am again. I'm not hating on this dude. They just didn't, did he even say a word?
Yeah. He's like, give
He
me
pulled
your
out his-
energy. No.
What the hell kind of accent was that?
I don't know. He's supposed
That
to
was
be
a Jamaican
African.
Russian.
For all we know,
Russian.
that's what he was.
That's race chasm for you. And they show up, and of course, in true X-Men fashion, they have to walk out of their ship like fucking Star Wars. Xavier's like, I have a floating chair for my handicapness now.
I'm surprised Magneto didn't just float down.
No, he walked down. And of course, fucking Wolverine's like, oh, yeah, here's my last cigar. I've kept these in the humidor in here. Where the... And Storm's like, oh, yeah, I got my slightly less attractive haircut now. I'm gonna die. It's like you knew she was gonna fucking die. Did you not have that feeling? That Storm was gonna die?
Because Storm, they did not imply that she had any importance into the movie whatsoever.
Like every movie?
Like,
Except for when Xavier's like, hey, bitch, now you need to take over because we have this fucking fag crying about his fucking gay girlfriend.
in number 3, she was literally there just to piss off Logan. Just to poke at him.
And of course, what has to happen, fucking, they, like every other movie, and maybe cartoon, the exposition has to be explained to Wolverine? Who were they explaining this to? It was not only was Xavier the exposition's raping, spewing machine, Magneto tag teamed with this one. They did a fucking tag team exposition.
And Kitty came in to close it off.
Explaining the dwarf. Of course, they had to explain the dwarf and how he dwarfed down mutant kind.
It's like he made all of us just a little shorter.
He made our lifespan shorter, our money shorter. I'm poor now.
My bankroll used to be long.
And they had to explain fucking Mystique. They had to explain wars.
Yeah, people fought each other. There's fighting.
And didn't Wolverine live
okay.
through that? That's my point. Like, who are they explaining this to? Who? Warpath?
Well,
As he's eating a raw deer's neck?
I think Wolverine lived through like the last 30 years with them, but I don't think he knew them back in the 70s.
So he didn't know world history? So I guess Xavier should have like came with the caveat that he's like, hey, I know you were homeless, so here you go.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, knowing Wolverine, it's probably safe to say he didn't see any of this shit actually happen in real life. He's like, yeah, I sort of remember a blue chick shooting a midget once. Heard it on my radio.
And that's what led to the Sentinels, because you don't want to get a dwarf angry. He's a scorned dwarf.
All those dwarf children will come and haunt you. Lollipop Guild don't fuck around.
And that large head can think, I'll tell you what. And they get, that's how they explain the Sentinels, and that's what, Xavier's like, oh, hey, so why don't we go back to 1973? And Kitty's like, hey, you old fucking crippled douchebag. I can only go back a week with this motherfucker because he has the skills of any good bobsledder. That somehow relates to time travel.
She's literally like, dude, I never said I could do that.
I didn't even know why they wrote this power into my power anyways.
She's like,
where did this power come from?
I don't know. It doesn't make any sense that she can go through walls. Hey, and I can send people in.
I'd rather have the machine.
A machine
in the cartoons, it was a fucking machine. And Wolverine came across the machine. He's like, I'm going to kill Bishop and rob it now. I'll live in that machine.
Like, that's a nice studio apartment. Set a bed up right there.
And like I said, so then that's when Magneto's like, yeah, we need to get me out of jail, right? Xavier's like, yes, we do.
It's like,
For the hope.
Eric
For the hope.
Lyncher.
And like I said, why the fuck did it was a plan of Magneto's to get out of jail. There's no other way around it. Because they didn't fucking need him at all. Because what did Magneto do when he got out of jail? He made Xavier cry about 7 more times. And that's funny too, because Professor X never gets any kind of character like, what is it? Character fucking. What am I thinking of? I can't think of the word, but he gets no like space to be emotional and all that. Patrick Stewart, but all McAvoy is doing is overacting and crying. Sort of weird.
He's just like, it's so hard to be the most powerful mutant. I have to not have legs.
Because he's a non-balanced drug addict.
Well, that
he has no balance in his life for anything. Because he's doing drugs all day. He's being taken care of by some blue asshole.
According to him, too, like, everyone he loves is dead. Like, or in the war.
Yeah.
He's like, I just have to hang out with Hank. I don't like Hank.
Yeah.
I hate Hank.
And apparently what Kitty does can damage your fucking brain. Apparently it's taking out chunks of your fucking brain. Which apparently doesn't affect Bishop. But it does.
Maybe because he can absorb energy, I guess? I have no clue. It's not explained.
Conveniently, they can't do it on Xavier, and no one else wants to step up. Even Warpath's like, hey.
My people believe time is like a river.
I'm protecting my natural resources.
You see these arrowheads.
So no one else steps. So Wolverine, being the crash test dummy that he is, does step up. He's like, I could do it. Just give me a point where I wasn't homeless. And Magneto's like, I don't think we could do that. Can we trust this homeless asshole? I'm trying to get out of jail and live my life.
He's like 1973. Let me think. I think I was fucking an Italian back then.
Right?
You don't need to say that in front of Kitty, son. It's like, she looks 12, but I know she's 30.
And Xavier's like, take me to a time where I was on drugs and could walk. That's what I remember most. I could fuck again, Logan.
But she doesn't tell him. He's just
like, touch these kids to get a sexual arousal.
He's like, I'm not going to try and tell you I'm sending an alcoholic back to save a heroin addict, but it's what's going to happen.
And of course, Magneto, being smart, he's sort of like, how can we fucking trust this motherfucker? And, somehow they fucking get him 50 years in the past, because that's how X-Men works. It's just you got to try something and it'll work, right?
What if someone can heal as fast as they're ripped apart?
With Xavier's great Mike Krzyzewski fucking coaching.
Just do it. Okay.
Oh, just try it.
If you
try something that's 11 times harder than you've been doing, it'll work.
It's the most basic human condition.
So kids out there that can't jump, if you just think and try to jump, you can dunk.
According to Professor X, you'll be the next greatest basketball player tomorrow.
Well, he did have the greatest basketball player.
He did.
That could play 1-on-5 and beat all of you.
Wouldn't Beast be the greatest basketball player?
No.
Because he can do some flipping and he can do the most dope dunks.
I would say, you could probably argue that Xavier might be the best basketball player. Because he can just think, the whole way.
He can just freeze all of the other players and wheel himself under the basket and shoot it. Yes!
I finally won an athletic event.
Magneto's cheating ass would just bend the rim to make the ball go in.
And Wolverine would just cut you and kill you if you fuck him up.
He would just pop the ball and walk
away.
away.
The fucking defense, I never heard of this.
It's like they'd be in the middle of the game, Magneto just meander his way into the game and shoot once and end the game and then just walk away.
Jesus. An old lady died again.
Or they're looking for me.
I don't know if you guys heard those sirens, but we live near old people and a lot of them die. Just like we're hoping it happens in X-Men.
Tends to be the case with old people. But not the X-Men. They seem to live forever.
And then we see Trask in a very short time, cut from the original scene. He his plan to dwarf down the mutant race. I think he needed about 7 steps to get up to the podium. But of course he's bringing up, mutants are a problem. Although no mutant problem has really existed other than the Americans than all militaries of the world attempting to kill the mutants.
Yeah,
Nothing else has happened.
It's like, remember when they helped us? And then we tried to bomb them, and now they hate us? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right? And Trask, of course, brings up who? Xavier's fucking dissertation.
It's like, read
Again,
this.
Xavier, his fucking mouth and his openness to the public of fucking mutants getting his ass in fucking trouble and the mutants in trouble, right? The person who's really dangerous, Xavier.
He's like, as I read this dissertation, just try to close your eyes and forget I'm a midget. And that I'm actually English trying to be American right now.
Hey, at least I'm not some high black guy with his fucking eyes drooping down, melting off of his fucking face. What a it's like they said fuck Last Stand so much that we're going to do the complete opposite of what that was and just change timelines
like,
and people.
Yeah, like, fuck a tall black guy. Let's get a short white guy.
Well, because he was like, oh, well, I think the mutants are loose.
We got him.
I've been doing that beast heroin. I've been heroin.
It's like,
I'm beast.
my stars and garters. I forgot about that heroin.
Yeah, give me the fucking scrambled eggs and tossed salad, beast. Give me Kelsey Grammer. Give me the black piano. Give me the beagle. Don't give me this bullshit. This dude was in Mad Max, and I get it. His fidgety fuckery is good there. He's also was in that one movie where he was like an alive vampire, whatever the
like
fuck he was.
alive zombie.
Whatever. And all that fidgety shit works. Not with Beast. He's just a fucking nerd, crack douchebag. He's a douchebag.
I'm pretty sure that dude was in Skins. It was like this British TV show. He played a literal psychopath, and then every role he's had after that, he sucks.
Yeah.
But
whatever. Yeah, so, Trask is talking about how the mutants are fucking assholes, essentially. And we have this one weird brown Jew guy that's like, yeah, well, we got bigger things in Cuba and Russia. Yeah, let's stop doing that.
It's like, maybe
get this dwarf off the podium.
He's like, I'm tired of looking at your big head. It looks like you could
think
harder.
That's all it really was. Them just saying, look, nothing's going on with the mutants. All right, we got more problem with these gays on our hands.
So stop being a dwarf and get the fuck out of here. He's like, maybe you need mutants so you can be taller. You ever think about that, Trask?
And then we see, what did we cut off to? Oh, then we see Mystique getting or is this the Wolverine scene?
Well, technically, the Wolverine woke up prior to Trask talking.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
That's not how I have it written in my notes. I have Wolverine after this. All after it.
Well, he does go and see Professor X after.
Oh, okay. So I think I just fucked it. So as they did the kitty time travel, Wolverine, like a homeless man, wakes up in a waterbed, not knowing where he's at. Because he never had a real home. So
Did he pop the waterbed?
No, not in this one. I don't think so.
No, I think when he pops his claws out later on, he does.
Yeah, and we have to see Hugh Jackman's fucking ass and realize that we're fat.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all that was.
Because you look at him and you're like, how can someone have that many veins? What is going on here?
And being an idiot that he is, like, the greasy Italians walk in, right? And they're like, hey, were they even greasy Italians or were they a Turkish mafia? Who the
They
fuck
were like
were
Italians. You could tell because they all had a meatball sandwich in their hands.
Yeah. But they had, like, some, like, rabbit foot, so I figured that's, like, one of those Turkish people.
No, just weird Italian things.
Yeah. Well, you had the Armenian magician fucking Azizel in first class, so I just figured they were flirting around with that Middle Eastern area. But some Italians walking in, Wolverine being a fucking idiot that he is, they're like, hey, we should take care of the daughter. Nah, fucker.
He's like, I was fucking
What did he use? Who's it use?
He tries to explain time travel.
Yeah, he's like, well, I mean, I did fuck her many times, but...
that was a long time ago, but I mean, right now...
Right now, I mean, myself, like, from 50 years from back, I'm that guy, and I just woke up 20 minutes ago.
They're looking
You guys get it yet?
He's like, what kind of fucking weed is this guy smoking?
Hey, man, I only believe in us, and Jesus Christ, not yous. Who's using you? And then, like, of course, Wolverine pulls out his fucking bone claws and his boner, and he just starts killing everybody.
He slaps him
because he just thinks it's okay.
Well,
that's Wolverine's negotiation. You don't understand my stupid fucking explanation. I kill you and steal everything you have on you.
It's like,
being the homeless man I am.
He's like, I don't need to be from the future to know I'm going to murder you for no reason.
That's what he says, and he like pretends to be like diplomatic about it, right?
And he's like, well, I warned you.
I mean, I told you the story.
He's like,
I should have understood it.
He's like, you should have just taken crazy for what it was.
I don't think it's an outlandish theme that I keep killing races of people.
Specifically minorities. I do
Specifically
not like
colored minorities.
He's like, and don't let anybody fool you. Italians are just dark white people.
Yeah, and then that's the trash scene. He's like, oh, there'll be one bad egg one day, and I can fit in that egg. Yeah, and
this is when Mystique goes to the military.
Then Mystique goes into the military, and she gets some like that black kid that just makes people Black Death.
Died.
It's just Black Death. They just died.
Yeah.
He poisoned their minds.
I wonder if the white kid looks at that and be like, man, I wish that was my power.
Yeah. You got the guy that
I just make him puke.
Yeah, he makes him puke, and you got gross fucking gonorrhea Toad.
Toad has like some
shit.
rough skin in this.
What happened to the WWE fucking Darth Maul Toad that just spray painted himself and gestured around and did dances and fucking fucked people up?
This Toad they needed to make into a real Toad.
And they obviously needed to show us as well that mutants can handle our food.
Wait,
which grossed me the fuck out. Like, I don't ever want a dude looking like Toad handling my fucking burgers, bro.
Didn't Bryan Singer make both of the ones with Toad in it?
Yeah. He had one vision for Toad and another vision for Toad, apparently. He's like, hey, that asshole didn't work.
That asshole at work?
No, I said that asshole didn't work, so we're going to get some gonorrhea-looking dude. And Scott Summers being as chill as he possibly can, he's like, I don't give a fuck. We can leave or not leave. I'm selling drugs anywhere I go. He's like, bitch, you can send me back to prison. I don't give a fuck. I'll sell more drugs over there and make more money, bitch.
He's like, bro, you think it's hard? I have an asshole the size of a grapefruit. Like, I can shove any amount of heroin up into there.
So and that sort of is his attitude. He just doesn't give a fuck. He's like, yo, I'm moving weight wherever I'm at, bruh.
I like
don't give a fuck.
When they're like leaving too, Mystique tells him, he's like, yo, are you going to leave with us? And she's like, no. He's like, okay. See you later.
He's like, I got a plane now. What the fuck? I move any drugs I goddamn want. Making a couple trips to Kenya and Australia, bitch. Dropping off packs. And, yeah, because Scott Summers is a true drug dealer. And he might be my favorite character in X-Men.
Scott Summers?
Yeah. Because if I imagine him doing what we actually imagine him doing, the Summers, just in general.
Any Summers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except for when Scott's a little bitch.
And he cries for an entire movie and then dies?
Yeah. And Scott Summers is like, yeah, I'm not going to shoot out of my staph infection today.
This is Alex Summers.
No, Alex Summers. Jesus. Yeah, Alex Summers. I'm not going to shoot out my staph infection.
He's like, but I will shoot out of the staph in my wrist.
Well, yeah, I think what it really is he just has major IBS, and he just flames out. He just shoots hemorrhoids at you.
Every
fucking
time.
Red hemorrhoids.
It's like, I got indigestion. I'm fucking heated. Literally, I'm on fire.
Well, that's what happens when you do drugs too much. You get IBS.
Yeah.
And, you know, he stops Mystique from maybe making the best decision in X-Men history, which would have been killing Stryker. Right?
Yeah.
And how good did they do on Stryker as far as resembling his dad? Because in First Class, that dad looks exactly like this dude.
Yeah, but this Stryker doesn't look like any of the other ones.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's like, yeah, my dad did rape me. That's why I hate you guys.
And considering Bryan Singer did all of the other Strikers...
Yeah.
Like, why does he keep changing him?
Well, you don't think it... Oh, I thought you were actually alluding to the fact that Stryker's dad did rape him.
Oh.
I said, yeah, Bryan Singer could write that in easily.
Yeah, well, that too. His
If it
dad
was
did
himself.
rape him. And that's why
Bryan Singer, the character.
When Bryan Singer... no, not Bryan. When Stryker raped his child, that's when his mutant ability came out and he killed his wife.
Meanwhile, homeless Wolverine steals the car of the people that he killed. Of course. Grand Theft Auto Wolverine. How many times have I said that?
Who knows at this point? Because he has
That's what
stolen
he
so many fucking cars.
He kills you and steals from you.
Dude, how many... He has literally stolen a car in every movie.
Yeah,
Almost. Or
a
a
motorcycle.
vehicle, at least, yeah.
And he goes to Xavier Academy, right? And he sort of yokes Beast, right? He shows up, Beast is like, who are you? I'm taking care of some old crippled guy.
He's like, hey, you're Hank McCoy. I'm fucking...
What, are you a parent? He's like, sure as hell hope not. They fuck a lot of bitches here, though.
He's like, half these kids probably are mine. I've been alive for 300 years.
I fuck half the kids.
What if Logan was the reason there's so many mutants in America? It's
Yeah.
because just his fucking around the nation.
And Beast being like a little bitch, he just sort of, backs off and lets Wolverine in. And then Wolverine, like, being a dick that he is, he's like, yeah, come on, show me that blue cock. I know it's there. And Xavier, being a fucking heroin addict that he is, just like trots down the stairs, like, all like, oh.
In the middle of, like, calamity, he's just like, hey, stop it, guys. I'm trying to get high in here. Comes down with an opium pipe. Like, come on, guys. Beast never told me to smoke this, but I figured out you could.
And he's like, hey, get off that fucking chandelier and come wipe my ass, you dickhead. That's what he tells Beast. Because Beast carries him places, wipes his ass, gives him his insulin and his drugs. Like, he's a fucking caretaker. He's a fucking bitch. They have a gay relationship with each other, and Beast is the bitch.
Beast is literally, for some reason, and they don't explain why Beast would even stick around, because prior to this, Professor X ruined Beast's life. He had a job.
Right?
He had a good job that he liked.
Right?
And Professor X just came and got his boss killed, and the whole program shut down, and now mutants are on the run.
Yeah.
And Beast was like, nobody even knew I was a fucking mutant until I started hanging out with you.
Are you talking about his job?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So he just cost him his job. So he better be allowed to bum around fucking Xavier. Like, I guess Beast doesn't really have a problem because Beast, like I said, lives in this mansion and just pretty much could do whatever the fuck you want.
Well, he builds
Like,
fucking military installments into the mansion for no reason. He's just like...
Any kind of science experiment.
He's like, he keeps fucking getting high. I keep
Well, he
building.
created heroin.
Yeah.
And he sold that to Alex Summers. Now Alex Summers is a fucking millionaire in the army.
Well, Alex Summers is killing it in the army, dude. He is, like, literally balling.
And that's when Wolverine tries to explain his bullshit again, where he's like, yeah, I came from 50 years in the past, and I talked to your old crippled self. And they told me to get you guys, and I somehow need to get Magneto. I don't fucking know why, but that's what I gotta do, bub.
He's like, it's too hard. I don't want to do that. He's like, I think I remember you.
Eric took her away. And how many times did he tear up just in this little scene?
He's worse.
Like
than,
3 times?
Yeah, he's worse than Luke, bro. In New
No,
Hope.
he is worse than Luke, because at least Luke doesn't cry every fucking 2 minutes.
He's like, I just want to go hang with my friends and get the power converter.
He's like, I'm gonna tell you what you told me years ago, even though it's the wrong line. Fuck off. Piss off.
He's like, you fucking wanker. He's like, even though I'm from America.
And what does he do? He goes and strings up and shoots.
And then has a flashback of Mystique.
And he jizzes on her fucking shittily framed picture of his PCP fucking dip cigarettes. And of course, like every other best friend that wipes his fucking best friend's ass, Beast has to explain to Wolverine why Xavier is a privileged douchebag.
Because he
being a little prick and complaining about everything.
He's like, oh, I'm sorry. This dude sort of just sucks now, and I'm stuck here.
Yeah.
I was 17 when
Yeah.
I was at the Pentagon. 17. I'm 19 now.
He's like, we all want that pussy, and I think, Xavier's realizing he needed that pussy more than ever. And Eric just took it from him. Then he starts explaining, how everyone went to the military, and Xavier's up there tearing up after he did heroin.
He's like, Mystique.
You left me even though I told you to go with him.
Why did you have to be transformed as a man when the draft was going on? They drafted you, too.
And he basically just explains how he became a heroin addict, and still, out of all the things that he does explain, doesn't explain why his powers are transferred through his fucking spine.
No one explains that in the whole movie.
Because apparently, which Xavier's life does suck. Because he either has to be a crippled fucking genius, or he has to be a retard heroin addict that can walk.
As these go, this comes back.
So that's kind of a shitty choice to make. I might choose the retard heroin addict as well.
What I don't
Because
get...
being a crippled sucks.
Yeah, what really doesn't make sense, too, is why would Luke... that's what it feels like when you try to think about what's going on with that heroin, because it's literally like you're like, wait, what? Fucking
Yeah.
So he gets his spine back if he loses his powers. What
Yeah.
the medicine does something about that?
But his dick never works in either situation. So
It
he's
doesn't
pissed
make any
off.
sense.
Or maybe his dick does start to work again. That's why he misses Mystique, because she was giving him good
He's
road.
like, my
dome.
dick finally came back.
And that's when they talk about why Xavier is so mad at Magneto, not the other like thousands of people that he's killed, but the fact that he may have killed the president. And how? Because the guy that plays Xavier, McAvoy, was in Wanted, which was about curving bullets. And how does he kill the president? By curving a fucking bullet.
That's right.
God, I hate X-Men.
It's so dumb.
And they're like, oh yeah, we need to... Another reason why they didn't need fucking Magneto. They needed to get him in the highest guarded prison in the history of mankind. That's where they needed to get Magneto.
Yeah, because he's
And they're
literally hundreds of floors, they say hundreds of floors below the Pentagon.
Yeah.
In an all-concrete box.
Yeah. It's so fucking stupid. And then what does Xavier say? He's like, yeah, why do we need him again? Xavier's like, we need him because I need to introduce a new character. Bryan Singer said he wanted a YouTube scene.
He's like, no one told me you were going to be this fucked up when I got here. I didn't even want to get Magneto to begin with, but now it's seeming like the only option.
And Wolverine's sort of like the seasoned vet at this point, right? Like, he knows his role as the crash test dummy. He's like, yeah, just throw me around and just put me in things where I might die.
I was like, just
That's
send
how
me.
I'll survive.
Well, I like this,
You're like
too.
me. You're a fucking survivor. Meaning, I was born with a fucking healing power that won't let me die, but I'm a survivor. Because if Wolverine didn't have his healing power and did the shit that he did, he's dead by the time he's 21.
He's, he probably would have died when he was 12, trying to kill his own dad.
So Wolverine's like, yeah, I mean, I know we don't really need Magneto, but we need to show Quicksilver now. So they go and get fucking
Well,
Quicksilver.
first he's like, yo, can you use fucking Cerebro? He's like, no, we have a phone book.
Yeah, we have yellow pages.
Logan's like, I can't read. Fuck, I don't know numbers or letters.
And that's when we see Mystique dwarf herself down in the trash, right?
And the fucking weird painting of Trask giving a leg to a little girl. Saint Trask.
At first, I thought that was his midget daughter that just,
No, she
grew
looked-
shorter legs than him, and she had to get him chopped off or something.
She looked like a midget because she had no legs. He's an actual midget with legs. He was like, if only I could make my legs longer.
And so, she dwarfs around, and she's she finds out about the bad guys in First Class that died, and that makes her cry. She cared about, Dragonfly and fucking Banshee, and was like,
Ezekiel.
I wish heroin was invented before I died.
It's like, I miss Banshee. Was Banshee even dead?
Yeah, he did, because Eric was like, all the people that were bad against us in First Class, feel bad about them now, Banshee. That was one of the names.
How did Banshee die from being too, fucking East Coast?
He smoked too much hookah and fucking died.
It's like, watch these O's I can blow.
And she finds out about what Trask did to them, how they experimented on them, how he turned them into fucking autopsy all of them or whatever. And then they go to fucking Quicksilver's house, and Quicksilver's a fucking scumbag as well.
Quicksilver he's a thief.
And Wolverine, it's funny how out of this group, other than Beast, Wolverine's somehow the third worst scumbag. He's not even the worst scumbag. Because as you see, Xavier's got his heroin sickness. He's already over it. He's like, Quicksilver, he's just him running around is giving me a fucking headache, dude. This is fucking bothering me.
He's like, Quicksilver, do you have a sterile bathroom I could use? I'm tired of looking at your fucking blonde hair.
Did you steal any syringes from the hospital?
Could you go to the hospital and steal some?
And you can tell he's just already over Quicksilver. He's like, because, Quicksilver, they show him stealing a lot of shit, and they're like, that's when they preach to Quicksilver, which I'm assuming they're going to get Magneto, right? And Xavier's like, you fucking kleptomaniac asshole. You get to break it in the Pentagon. How's that sound, you fucking bitch? Like, that's how he said it, right?
Yeah.
Because you could just tell Xavier's like, oh, God, where is it?
He's
Where's that black tar?
He's like feeling all his pockets. He's like, I don't know where I put it.
And of course, to show that they are like Quicksilver, as he's, whatever Quicksilver does, Quicksilvering around. That's what we're going to call it. He's Quicksilvering around. And they have to show Wolverine show his boner, right?
Yeah.
His bone claw boner. And Quicksilver reacts to it how any fucking regular audience human member would react to it. And I was like, yeah, it's sort of gross, but cool. That was the funniest shit. Just wanted to say that. And they go and get fucking Magneto. Simple as that. See what I'm saying? Like, this movie feels like it's flowing.
Yeah, because
you can just hear it from when we talk about it, that it's fucking flowing correctly. And there's no ripple in our river.
the river is sacred to my people. That's why we must stay here and fight.
Oh, God. I don't know how much I can go on about Warpath's Native Americanness.
So, yeah, they fucking go to the Pentagon on tour.
Yeah, and Beast is like, oh, there's our vectors. I can change the vector somewhere.
He's like, in my fanny pack, I have a master remote to every TV ever.
He does have a fucking fanny pack.
He's like, let me turn
He's
it on.
such a bitch. Ugh.
He's a fanny pack and one of those, like, fucking shell hats.
Yeah.
He's like, let me turn on the Jeffersons real quick. I love this show.
And they send the two assholes to go do asshole shit. Xavier and Wolverine are like, all right, Karen
What was their job?
They sucked. That's what their job was, to suck.
Was to just
Which they were initially was to get into where Quicksilver was, even though Quicksilver could have got out of there perfectly.
Maybe not with Magneto, though. Because they show that when he
yeah.
fucking ran just the hallway with Magneto, Magneto was about to puke.
Yeah, and Quicksilver looks like he went to the spirit store, bought an Amelia Earhart fucking costume, and spray painted it silver. Could he look any gayer?
He did. That's exactly what he did.
He was just trying to look gay. He's like one of those white dudes that's like, yeah, it looks cooler when I look stupid.
It's like, hey guys, you like these goggles?
And he dresses up as security guard and shit and gets Magneto out by fucking putting his hands on the glass and like
Vibrating?
That was pretty cool, I guess.
So is he the sickest?
How did he get Magneto out though?
Magneto just flew. He tossed it down some metal shoes.
He's like, whiplash!
He's like, here are the metal pieces for your heels on your shoes so you can fly again. Oh, thank you, my son.
He's like, hey, man, you know karate? Because I'm Quicksilver. I can say random things and make the kids laugh. And Magneto's like, no, I do not know karate. I do know crazy, though.
He's like, I do know I'm about to throw up right now, so leave me alone, you silverhead.
And the biggest hint ever is like, fuck. And the biggest hint ever is fucking, Quicksilver's, he's like, I do control metal. Or whatever Magneto said, and Quicksilver's like, oh yeah, my mom like sucked the cock of a dude that fucking did that with metal one time.
I'm pretty sure she let a guy jizz in her that did that.
I actually walked in on like that guy sticking a steel pipe in her.
Which was weird because you're my dad. So did you come back?
And then Magneto comes up the elevator as, like we said, fucking Xavier's like, oh, I'm from the ABCQYX group. Let me put my fucking 2 fingers on my temple, even though I can't think now because I'm on heroin.
Give me all your babies. I've got to inspect them.
And Wolverine's like, oh god, this fucking idiot. And he just fucking fry pans them, hits them with the stirring pan. And
Xavier's like, I don't like violence. And then the moment the door opens and he sees Magneto, he just socks his ass.
He's like, Charles, sorry for your legs. You can walk again.
No, I haven't seen you walking in quite some time.
I haven't seen anyone in quite some time. But he gets like Xavier mollywops him, knocks him the fuck out. And like I said, Magneto being a English gentleman that he is, just sort of accepts the punch. That's why you sort of have to like Magneto sometimes.
He just stands up. He's like, "Damn, what the fuck was that for? I guess I know, but shit."
And then we have the actual Quicksilver YouTube scene when all the security guards show up and Xavier, of course, is useless. Magneto's like, Charles, come on.
Charles.
And Xavier's like, you better not do anything. You better not hurt anyone, even though we'll all die. Xavier's like, I can't do it. Where's the heroin? Logan. And of course, Wolverine's just ready to thump automatically as his claws are coming out. And then Quicksilver does his Quicksilver shit.
And saves the fucking day.
The whole fucking day.
Well, because without him, they would have all gotten shot the fuck up. With ceramic bullets, I guess?
Yeah.
Something like that.
And not to be parody or funny or anything, this scene is actually dope.
No, it's a dope scene.
This is so much better than Apocalypse looks so corny and fucking stupid. Like, this one still was corny, but it made sense what was going on. Like, the Quicksilver was already there, you saw his abilities, and then it happened. It wasn't just like, hey, I'm Quicksilver, you ready for my YouTube scene?
Because the Quicksilver in Apocalypse, it literally is like...
It's just him showing up and doing that.
Yeah, and it doesn't make any sense. You're like, how did he find all those kids, and why is he there at the right time? And it's like, it's all of this shit going
this
on.
one was organic.
Yeah.
And he's making people punch themselves, all that shit. No really need to explain that because that's a very visual fucking scene. And that's when they go to the airplane, correct?
Yeah, because they lost the X-Jet, so Xavier's like, fuck, I gotta use my private regular jet.
Right? And of course, like being the privileged prick he is, he's like, hey, Quicksilver, can you drop off this rental car? I was going to put it in their mailbox, but I don't have the time.
He's like, here's the keys.
And then he cries 5 more times on the plane. You abandoned me! You took my bottom bitch and you fucked her better than I could have.
Because him and Magneto get into it.
Yeah.
Well, first, Wolverine and Magneto get into it. He's in the future.
Well, no, first off, he shows up. What does Magneto do? He walks in the airplane. He's going to grab the newspaper, and apparently he can't read newspapers around Wolverine because Wolverine doesn't read. He clearly wasn't reading it. He was just chilling back, drinking. Stabs the fucking newspaper. He's like, don't touch that bub.
It makes me feel inadequate.
He's like, imagine if they were metal. And Wolverine's like, you always been a fucking asshole, haven't you? You would have raped Rogue.
He's like, a long time from now, or a short time ago. I can't remember what period I'm in. You and me fought a lot. He's like, you're an asshole. That's pretty much what he tells him. And he's like, do you ever win? He's like, I don't want to talk about that part.
And then that's when he explains. He's like, I'm actually 50 years in the future, man. He's like, you don't look it. You're a homeless man. And actually, to actually counter that, Wolverine's sort of fresh in this movie.
This one is like
it's hard to make fun of him in this movie
because he's actually wearing clothes and and they don't need him to have a home because they're everywhere.
And that's when Eric's like, huh? Like that was the most honest acting as well. When he's like, yeah, I'm actually 50 years from the future, and he's like, huh? And then apparently that's when you assume he gets explained, and then Xavier's like, oh, you abandoned me, and then he's like, where were you, Charles? Emma? Ezekiel? Blob? I was like, oh, I get a picture of any bitch that wants to suck my dick. And even a fat one. You fuck me for one night, I'll tattoo you on my penis.
It's like, I remember her from 60 years ago.
Oh, you just slurpy wife.
Where were you, Charles? And then Charles is just like, he's crying the whole time.
Yeah, because he lost his bitch.
And then
End of story.
Then it transitions to Vietnam being in the house. Because that's when the Vietnamese are partying at the club, right?
Yeah. Well, just to speak on that, too, that's when Eric, calls them out. He's like, you guys been hiding as fucking humans, and I've been out here doing dirt. I've been out here in the streets really carrying shit. Y'all aren't doing shit.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah,
and then
right.
even, Hank McCoy is like, yeah, he's sort of right. I'm just a caretaking asshole. Who cares?
It's like, I just made heroin.
Yeah, and then that's when, Eric has his little fucking fit and crushes the plane and knocks shit around, and Wolverine's sort of like, hey, can you guys fucking... Wolverine plays schoolyard duty in that situation. He's like, can you both of you shut the fuck up? And Eric, you're always a fucking asshole. Pick that shit up, you bitch. I got bones now. I'll fucking kill you.
He's like, yeah, because I can kill you now. It's like, you can't kill me.
Of course, Wolverine realizing his advantage on people and bullies them, right?
Because he wouldn't have otherwise. Well, maybe because he has run at Magneto a lot of times for no reason.
That's just because he's an idiot. That has nothing to do with him knowing he has an advantage or not. And it's funny because their whole dialogue, of course, Eric's like, oh, I haven't had a drink in 10 years. I imagine pouring it in my ass when I first drank it. Let's play chess because I can actually beat you now, Charles. You fucking... And then that's when they talk about Mystique, right? And it's funny to hear how both of them feel about Mystique in their way. Xavier's like, how is she? And Eric's like, strong, determined, good roadhead.
It's like, still blue. It's sort of annoying.
Pussy got a little bit wetter. And Xavier's like, I meant, how is she? How is she? And then he tears up, right? And then that's when Eric's like, I'm not a bad guy, all right? I'm still in the thousands of killing, not tens of thousands yet. And Xavier's like, we know who you killed. And that's when they explain fucking, oh God. That's when they explain that JFK was a fucking...
Yeah, he's like, JFK is a mutant. He's like, no, he wasn't. What was his ability?
X-Men taking their toll on history's facts.
You must think me so foolish.
Right? How are they even allowed to do this?
I don't... Well, because it's fair use.
Off the record.
Well, it's funny, too, because he's like, well, what was JFK's ability? He's like, that fool ate a lot of clam chowder.
Yeah, and he somehow talked where you can see every one of his teeth.
Well, that was also mutant ability. That's how they know that they got him. Cause
Yeah.
This is like 7 years ago. I ate 13 clam chowders.
Yeah, and that they say he's a fucking mutant, apparently. Which Xavier can't do. Which would make sense because he was doing heroin instead of looking at Cerebro. Right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah, how would he not know that?
I don't know. And what happens, of course, what does Xavier do? He just forgives Magneto right away. Oh, you must think so foolish of me, my
He doesn't
old
press
friend.
for information or anything. He's just like, oh, yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Even though Magneto has shown he will lie to you to go further in what he wants to do.
And he will kill people. And he's just like, okay, well, that makes enough sense. You want to play some chess? I haven't played in a while. He's like, I haven't had a proper sip of alcohol in 10 years.
Yeah. And that's when we see Mystique being Vietnamese. She's like, oh,
He's like, pretty lady, a shirt off?
close off.
Clothes off?
Yum time.
Sexy, sexy.
Yum. Because, that general is used to buying 8-year-old girls where he's at. The best thing he could buy for Mystique is some Johnny Walker. And this is the sexiest Jennifer Lawrence has looked in
Johnny
X-Men.
Walker.
Some Johnny Walker for me and my friends. Then when she shows, he takes her to the room, he's about to smash that with his little 3-inch Vietnamese penis. And she turns into her ginger form, of course, to scare people off. Her fucking blue ginger form.
Yeah, all he wants to do is see some titties.
Bro, she's a ginger. This is an allegory for a ginger. I never really thought about it like that. Those are fucking freckles. She has red hair.
Well, why would that be a ginger? She's blue.
So?
So when the last time you seen a blue ginger?
She looks inhuman, just like gingers do.
That I'll agree with.
And of course, first off, just like Mystique does in everything, just like how she got the information from Trask, Dwarf and Co.
Just a little information she got.
The little bit of information that she got in that short period of time. That's Mystique's whole mission, is just to go places and gain information. So what does she do? She almost kills this dude with her nasty ass feet.
Yeah.
With her blue toenail feet, because that doesn't fucking gross anyone out.
Oh.
And then she fucking stumbles upon some information that he had. That leads her to the next part to further along the plot.
Oh, shit.
I mean, is that not fucking true?
No, it's true. And what's funny is, the entire, the way they lead up to this fucking scene is just stupid in general, because one, he wants to fuck her, right? He assumes...
because, every Asian in X-Men, he's a scumbag. And a puss hound.
Well, and he assumes she speaks English.
Every foreigner in X-Men, actually. Just a puss hound.
Yeah,
what was in first class?
Some
Russian dude getting fooled by puss.
That's right.
Some Vietnamese dude getting fooled by puss.
Is there one in Apocalypse?
Let me think. Xavier is just fooled by any kind of puss. In that movie, I don't know.
Moira. Oh, shit. Yeah, but that's funny how she actually chokes him out and reads at the same time.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, I'm going to kill this guy, and I'm going to look over the plans.
And in the next scene, I think we kind of we jumped the plot a little bit.
Yeah.
But just to speak on it, basically, Magneto said, look, I didn't kill the president because he was a mutant, and his mutant power was eating too much clam chowder.
Too clam chowder is so good.
And he basically told Xavier, hey, dude, sorry you lost your legs.
And Xavier, hearing that JFK was a mutant, he just looks at him and starts crying.
Yeah.
Like,
I think he cried about 3 more times in this scene. Because he cried with not realized he was an idiot for not realizing in Cerebro that JFK was a fucking mutant.
Yeah, well, I mean, how many mutants?
Well, he was heroining out maybe at this whole time.
Yeah, you couldn't even use Cerebro. And it's like, dude, if you have Cerebro, why are you only getting, the mutants local to you? It's like you have 20 students.
Because he's not good. A crystal lady was better than him.
That's true.
And then he cries again when they talk about Raven.
That's
you
right.
know, her bottom bitch status. How good of a bottom bitch was she for each one of them?
Is her pussy still smell strong? It's like, yeah. Ugh.
And then he's like, hey, he was like, yeah, smell my finger. It still lasted for 10 years.
Oh, gross. She has that blue vinegar.
And then that's when Xavier cried again. He's like, no. It's the worst smelling vagina I've smelled in my life.
Get your fingers out of my face. I don't need this
And
shit.
then Wolverine's just sitting there the whole time chewing on a cigar, like, oh, I wish I was homeless. So I'm dealing with these two British men.
He's like, I remember at the Statue of Liberty, she tried to scissor me once and knocked me out because of that smell.
Yeah, because she does just fucking scissor everyone.
She does something way cooler in this one to that one guy. The fuck kind of, like you said, what kind of kick was that?
I don't know. And then we get to, they apparently know where to find her? I'm sort of confused on that.
No, they
How
know.
do they know where to go?
Because this is the event that they're being sent to stop. So they already know it's happening. At
Oh,
this
okay,
place.
okay, good.
Yeah,
So any plot holes is covered up by some bullshit. Essentially.
exactly. And if you want to cover up any more plot holes, just be like, well, they're mutants. It's like Eric's power's meandering.
And Trask has his little baby monitor. To call out mutants because he,
is what
he's
my
been
parents-
reduced down to asking the Vietnamese if they want Sentinels.
Because at
Like,
this point,
what were
everyone's
they going to
turned
be
it
made out
down.
of bamboo or like, what do you?
They hide in fucking villages. Just wait for soldiers to come by and pop up. Oh,
Well, because what the Vietnamese were doing to try and stop the mutants, they were just hoping that mutants would go in certain areas, and they covered it with fucking leaves and had little stakes with poo on them. And just hoped
shit.
that would kill the mutants.
well, they just kept retreating. Fucking, what was it, into Laos? Fucking, dude.
Well, because they had Rambo for a while protecting him. Now they need Sentinels. Rambo was keeping the mutants out.
Well, they just. Oh shit!
Did you watch the last Rambo?
Yeah.
That's one of the greatest movies ever.
Was he
I
just a
fucking
boat
love that
operator
movie.
in that? Like that was his
Bro,
job.
we might need to do Rocky, or not Rocky. I keep saying Rocky, Rambo. Sorry, we might need to do Rambo just so I can do that movie.
Yeah. That movie
that's
is
the
fucking
greatest movie
fantastic.
ever.
When he shoots the bow and arrow and it blows the dude up, like which is something he did in the first movie, and they're gonna
Is that
bring
the
it
fourth
back.
one or the third one?
This is in the last
The
one they
fourth
made is the fourth, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He does that, and they do that in the first fucking movie. Like
Yeah.
he's just like, I'm gonna do it again.
Well, no, the fourth Rambo is all about flashbacks of him being a jackass in the first movie.
Bro, I like how he just sits on that gun and just mows them all down, and he's like,
Trask is like I said, he's reduced down to the Vietnamese, which I assume is like the 106th country he's asked.
well, he's like a flea
They're in
market
France
peddler.
or something.
He's like, this is baby
Yeah.
monitor. That's what my parents used for me until I was 27.
And it's like, how can we take him seriously, especially knowing, like I said, we had this stoned black dude last time, and now
Oh,
we have
God,
this
right?
dwarf. He's a dwarf, right? He's not just a midget; he's a dwarf.
He has a big
He's
head,
the one
and
that
he
has to
fought
like
in Mordor.
use his hips and his ass to walk. He can't use his real legs. He has to like waddle his hips to walk.
He lollipop guilds out. He's like, I'm out. Da, 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 da.
And he had to have a giant collar on his suit so that it doesn't make his head look as fucking ridiculous as it is.
Oh, he's a super genius.
And he's like, we have a Cambodian here. I mean, a mutant.
Yeah. He's like, somehow Cambodians snuck in. Y'all aren't Cambodian, right?
And he spots out Mystique, right?
Yeah.
And it's sort of weird because the way that he is spotted out, the Asian dude, it looks like Mystique. So whoever that Asian dude was, good acting for the 2 seconds you were fucking in the
Oh,
movie.
you must have made some
Close.
sort of mistake.
Yeah, there's some like French Asian accent that I can't replicate.
Vietnamese, I guess, or Manny
No,
Pacquiao.
they're Vietnamese.
Was that the accent? Was Manny Pacquiao?
Manny Pacquiao.
The swimming
Isn't it
pool.
a swimming pool? Of course, we have the swimming pool. I put the pictures all over the wall because I am a Filipino. And I'm in my refrigerator. I eat a lot of beef.
This is when I knocked out Ruiz. This is when I knocked out Sanchez. I've knocked out a lot of Mexicans.
What's funny to me is Filipinos, and I know fuck the movie at this point right now, right? Filipinos, they are Spanish Asians the way they speak sometimes.
Yeah. They're
Because
Migos.
they have like they are Migos.
Go up and chase, show me boobies.
Cooking the butt in the hot box. Fucking on the bitch to your tot.
Get in the houses for dinner.
Cooking the dope in the crock pot.
My chain is sponsored.
Like, they don't have, like, that fucking, like, hard speak. Like, where it's like,
No, they
it's
never
like, it's
cut
like
off
this,
their words.
It's this light, lazy Spanish that they, like, melodically say. It's like, it's like, it's that weird thing. So when they speak English, it sounds like they're saying a shitty haiku when they're high. You know?
Oh, shit.
Like, just watching that Pacquiao Cribs episode, just the way he taught, like slurring the end of words. And I had the beef, the chicken.
It's the band. She's a queen. She's a princess. Those are my daughters. My daughters go to Catholic school. I'm very religious.
So Trask fucking spots her out, and of course, like every Mystique thing in the world, when she gets fucking scared, she turns into Blue Mystique and starts beating the fuck. And they go by the fucking Black Widow rule in Marvel, which is basically if a guy has a gun, he has to run up to her to try and shoot him, so she has a fair chance to kick him.
AKA, if we have a chance to show off your ass, we will.
And hopefully we'll get some blue makeup butthole scenes.
What do you think they use?
You would watch it if Jennifer Lawrence showed her butthole on accident.
Not a blue butthole. What do you think they use to cover up her
I'll
asshole?
fuck her blue butthole. I don't care.
Do they use like putty
What?
to cover,
To
her
a
asshole?
butthole? I don't know.
They're just a butt plug that fucking.
Those are her her titties, because those are flopping the fuck around. Those
Yeah.
are real titties flopping around.
What do you think they use to fucking hold those in place?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I will say though, like her build, it sort of looks weird as Mystique. Like it doesn't make sense what she's doing physically.
She's frumpy.
Yeah, she's too goddamn athletic, still at the same time. And I want to know where the fuck she found out how to fight like Eddie Gordo.
I don't know karate.
Like when the fuck did she become a Tekken character?
She spins, and somehow her skin is super slick because she can just slide across wood naked.
Yeah.
Which I don't think a human has ever done before.
So she fucks up about 8 Vietnamese dudes, and Trask is kind of dwarfed himself down even more, so she can't see him. And that's when Wolverine and McAvoy and fucking Magneto show up to the party.
I wish Trump showed up to the party. She's a very good fighter, magnificent fighter, the best fighter.
And Stryker's just, and Stryker's sort of standing there like, oh man, I wish my dad didn't rape me. And fucking Eric throws the fucking electric, because Stryker whatever those things are called. What are those fucking things? Tasers. He tasers Mystique, and she fucking tweaks out, and then Eric throws the
barbs.
Whatever, at Stryker. And then that's when Wolverine has his fucking anxiety panic attack. He's like, oh, these were metal.
That's when Stryker has
Even though I remember that after the fact.
Stryker's like sitting there like shaking, helpless as can be.
Yeah.
And Logan looks at him and is just like freaking out. He's like, he's gonna get me. He's gonna get me in the past.
I sort of did like that part where Eric was gonna shoot, and then Xavier doing what he can gives the weakest, gayest, frumpiest tackle.
No, that was Hank.
That wasn't Hank. I thought that was Xavier.
Xavier is
he's
protect
like
Mystique.
Yeah. He's trying to get one cop a feel.
Well, he's like, if you're gonna end her life, just end my heroin addict life too, please.
And
it's right through my head into hers.
It was sort of dope what Eric did. He like shot it from like his power, so it looked pretty cool.
Oh
she
yeah,
hops
he
the fuck
hovers
out.
the gun.
How does she fucking survive or not break a leg by jumping out 2 stories? When does she? Like I said, is she mutate into a cat?
They do explain. When do they explain her power? Because they do at one point. They're like, yeah, she could be ageless. We don't fucking know. Because they either do it in Apocalypse or in this one.
Yeah.
At some point, there's very brief mention, but basically they're saying her cells.
She's an animal.
Yeah, her cells are stronger, so maybe that would explain why she.
She is a cell. She's just like she is like a DNA strand. Seriously though,
no, that's
think
true.
about it. And she has no soul.
You can see that in her eyes.
And he curves the bullet, hits her or whatever. 2 things weird about this. A, they're in a fucking public setting where there's a bunch of people, right?
Yeah.
And you look at the crowd and it's predominantly white. And what does she do? Like transform to the tall black lady with a giant afro. As if that won't get fucking spotted, right?
In front of everybody, like, just looks at the black lady. He's like, hey,
That's the one.
You see that really original lady right there? I'm going to be her and try to blend in. There's 2 people, black ladies with afros in France now.
Yeah. And as fucking Wolverine's having his panic attack, fucking Xavier's like, of course, being fucking stupid, like he is in the rest of the movie, with his fucking heroin binging. He's just like, what are you talking about? Like, you fucking came to us, asshole. And then, fucking Wolverine's like, oh, what is that? Even though I've seen the Beast before, so I would know, like, in any timeline what the fuck he looks like. So I'm confused by that.
No, he wouldn't. He didn't meet him prior to this. He only met him in the...
But you can't just assume that that's what it was.
He
either's in one conscience or the other, man.
No,
like,
they literally say, like, well, his conscience takes over that body, but once it goes, that consciousness comes back. It's dumb.
This is why it's gay.
Yeah,
that's
it's
gay.
Fucking dumb.
That is the epitome and definition of the word gay. That's sarcasm.
Not really. That is the epitome of the word gay.
To everyone that isn't gay.
True.
And he's like, and so he just eventually runs out of like shit to say to Wolverine. So he's like, you're on acid, right? Like,
he's like, you're tripping balls, bro.
I put a couple of tabs in my ass a day. Feel fine. Gets me off the heroin.
Oh shit.
And Beast, he's like, gets his fucking simp rage that he has. He's like, yeah, it's my chance to fucking kill Magneto.
He's like, Magneto punched me. He punched me.
Some fucking homeless man fucking pooed in this fountain. I think I saw Logan poo in there too. I'm gonna fucking put his face in there. So he tried to like kill.
Yeah, he's gonna kill Magneto over Magneto punching him in the face.
Yeah.
And shooting Mystique. I
Well,
guess.
because first Magneto drags Mystique with the bullet in her leg, as if that won't just rip straight through her leg.
Depends on the amount of force, I guess. If he's slowly pulling her.
I don't know, bro.
Or it's like shifting itself down to the bottom of her foot.
And why did he pull him to her? Why didn't he just pull the bullet out and throw it? Like, he wanted to get one last tap in. He was going to fuck her in public and then kill her.
Why can't Magneto just walk? He's walking everywhere else. He couldn't.
Yeah, because he meanders everywhere with no car.
Oh, shit.
So does really Magneto just float around the world?
I think, yeah. I think
Holy
that's
shit,
exactly
he's
it.
a fucking G.
He's like later, and he puts his arms out to the side, and he just floats away. I think he should get
That's
a
the
suit.
shit.
If he got a suit of armor, he'd just be Iron Man.
Yeah, essentially.
He'd just float around.
And just to speak on like some movie aspects, sort of did like the switching in and out of like the 1960s news cameras and shit like that. That was pretty dope.
Yeah.
And yeah, Magneto's, Beast is fucking strangling and drowning Magneto in the Logan homeless poo fountain. And Wolverine just all of a sudden comes back to his head.
Well,
He's like, oh yeah, it was acid.
He's like, oh fuck, Professor. He's like, dude, what happened?
Wasn't I killing some greasy Italians earlier?
He's like, I saw someone who brought me a lot of pain, even though he sort of didn't.
And then fucking Xavier starts crying. You
Yeah, he does.
poor man.
Is he? He's like, I don't want your future.
What's the cry count so far? Is it 5 or
30.
6? It's 30.
Yeah.
Oh wait, dude, there can't be like more than 30 cries in a movie. It's not physically possible.
You can't cry 30 times in a movie. That's 900 million cries in all movies ever.
My question is too. All right, there's a couple things. So they go to Nixon. He's like, off the record, I'm gonna fuck this dwarf. Wait, where did this dwarf come from? Where the fuck did he come from?
Yeah, he was in France, and then he appeared in the Oval Office.
That's dwarf magic.
He walked into the tree, and he came out a different tree. He's
And
like, the mines of Moria stretch throughout the entire Earth.
And Nixon's like, hold on, let me just piss on my dogs a little bit. Hold on. All right, off the record, let's talk about it.
He's like, I'm only going to give one dog a biscuit because I hate the other two.
And that's when Trask goes into his fucking monologue. And apparently, so there's a lot of fucking ridiculousness in this scene alone to me, okay? Magneto was in the most protected prison in the world underneath the Pentagon.
Yeah.
And they're not, like, concentrating all forces on getting Magneto. He's just floating and meandering around.
Yeah, because it seems like the president doesn't even know Magneto exists.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I know we had him buried under the Pentagon, but no one told you.
Yeah. And, well, that could be true, actually, for Nixon, because they were hinting, they, made fun of Nixon a lot in this movie. Like,
yeah.
And,
I like how...
so the dude's like, yeah, that's the guy that killed the president. Nixon's like, this is off the record, right? I don't fucking care about that goddamn Jew.
He's like, as long as he didn't try to break into a hotel, I'm okay.
And so my question is, you're not like full-fledged after Magneto. You knew what Magneto did, what powers he had, and they're all like, yeah, actually, we don't know what any of these mutants do. What, a mutant? Never heard of that.
And Trask still dancing from the last scene, because that's what he was doing when he was running out. He's lollipopping out. He was like, yes, we do.
He waddles his way over to fucking Nixon, and he tells him about all of the powers of mutants now.
He's like, I do know what these are. He's like, he has the power to pull his nipples off and throw them wherever he wants. She can be you, and she'll have sex with your wife. And Nixon's like, no one has sex with my wife but me. Off the record.
I want a demonstration for the people. Let's have one of those mutants and have one of the Sentinels rape them, and that'll work.
It'll be like
It'll be off the record, though.
Off the record, I want to make mutant gladiators. We can keep them in Eric's prison, who I just found out about.
And Trask basically convinces the Nixon to make his very little center.
It's like,
to make some Sentinels.
It's like, it'll only take... The cost will dwarf the benefit. He's like, what?
And Nixon is like, is that real human hair? Is that dwarf hair? Off the record.
Is your head real? Or am I on acid? I took 2 tabs. Off the record.
Well, let's do some coke on the record.
Is that what's considered banging on wax? Doing coke off a record?
No, I think they were doing coke off Trask's naked body. Eating sushi off him, too.
Oh, God.
Much.
Not very big.
Well, they did make Nixon look like a zoophiliast and a fucking child pedophilist.
He looked like he could fuck someone with that nose.
That's a made-up word, by the way, I
A
think.
child pedophilist?
Pedophiliast, yeah.
Is that like a
professional...
professional...
roll off your tongue, doesn't it?
It's like a professional pedophile. Like they went to college for it. They're a pedophiliast.
Off the record.
I still want to know if zoophilia is a word.
It is.
It exists.
Yes. It's
So
having sex
zoophilia, I
with
mean, you
any
like
animals. You fuck animals.
any animal.
Yeah. Not just zoo animals.
Okay.
Although, most of the time it's fucking dogs and some weird
So we're all
shit.
zoophilia. We've all have done zoophilia.
We've all fucked dogs.
We fucked animals.
We fuck each other, I guess.
We're animals.
Yeah, well, some of us.
I
fucked some animals.
And as fucking Magneto's doing the most by himself, like playing a projector off a glass and stitching himself while he's learning information about what he needs to do next. He's like, where do I meander next? Where am I coming up with this money to go in this hotel?
He's like, where is my next walking destination? Google Maps, how long will it take me to get there?
Well, because it won't, because I'll just float there and get there in less than an hour. I got to take a New York to California trip, and I got it, bro.
Oh,
He's
shit.
the meanderer of the century.
He does. Yeah. He just fucking... Apparently, he got from Europe to wherever the fuck Trask operates.
Yeah.
To the fucking D.C. by walking.
Yeah.
That's fucking sick.
And Mystique is getting some French woman that we're hoping they'll have a fucking threesome together with some dude from X-Men.
She's like, I know what it's like to be her. I am her. Yeah, she has a family. God, I hate her so much.
God, I hate Mystique and Beast.
They're the
get the fuck out.
The blue people. Like if they had the Blue Man Group instead of Mystique and Beast, it would have been a better movie.
Like I said, at what point in any movie series have we wanted Kelsey Grammer and Rebecca Romaine Stamos back?
I don't think anyone's ever said that in any series.
Has he ever even been in another movie? Other than like maybe a lacrosse movie with Brendan Fraser?
Yeah, I'm sure.
I don't know. Like for a private school in fucking Westchester. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Oh shit.
And so then we cut back to Xavier being a little bitch, like losing his legs, like, hey, ain't quite my ass right now. I think I'm gonna diarrhea myself. And he's like, all right, look at my own.
Oh shit. Yeah, he just fucking he actually spazzes out and he comes back. He's like, I know you missed one, but I got you 1.5 this time. I got you, bud.
I can make myself come in a minute with my feet, so I'm just gonna go in the bathroom real quick. Then I got it.
He's like, I topped you off.
All the voices, I can hear all the rapes.
I was so confident before. No, I'm not.
I know. What was it like? His whole I wasn't the man I was. Bro, shut the fuck up. A, you're a puss hound, a drunk, and you use your powers to seduce women. Like, you are a modern-day Bill Cosby. With mind powers. Imagine if Bill Cosby had mind powers and didn't need to use drugs.
If Bill Cosby had mind powers, Bill Cosby would be the most popular entertainer in the world. Like, he would have just worked his way into every show. Pudding Pops would be a staple.
I think a
every
lot of people
American
wish
house.
Bill Cosby would lose his legs as well.
Because of all the pudding?
Of all the rapes. And,
I thought you meant diabetes.
So Xavier, I mean, he's right now, he's going through fucking sickness. He's going through drug sickness.
He's having withdrawals. And Logan's like, I'm going through DTs as well. We can do it together.
Because Wolverine hasn't drank yet. Oh, no, I think he may have hit the whiskey a little bit. But I don't remember him drinking, really. Maybe. This is the most boring Wolverine ever.
I know, this is boring, isn't it?
There's nothing really to make fun of Wolverine. And it's sort of, too, like, how they try and give him this coaching role that he has. It makes all of his lines sound fucking cornier. Like, it's like Wolverine's like, hey, bub, I'm not the man I was either. I mean, I'm actually, like, well-dressed and not searching for a home.
Oh, shit.
Or a job.
He's like, I'm just going to
My
live on
job
this
is to be in the
plane.
past. I'm doing it pretty well.
What if Wolverine volunteered to do all this so that he could have a home?
I don't know,
He's
man.
like, Mystique will save me in the future.
And what was he getting paid initially for? To protect this dude's daughter?
It was like a bodyguard or a mafia.
He was involved with the mafia.
He was, yeah.
And then he kills the mafia.
Yeah, because he doesn't care. He doesn't even remember them. He's like, I probably killed you.
Yeah, I took their car, but like there was no gas in it, so I didn't want to drive it anymore.
He's like, I don't even remember who you guys are, and I probably honestly killed you one the time I do remember, so I'm just going to kill you now and get it over with.
Yeah. And and Beast comes back with his moist towelette wipes for fucking Xavier to wipe his ass in.
As
He gives him the heroin needle, and Beast this time he's like, I'll volunteer to shoot you up, buddy.
It's like, can I lick the wound when you're done? Oh, Professor X, that's usually the only reason I've stayed at this dump.
At least if I can't have the heroin, please jerk me off with your feet, Beast.
That's what he does. He slaps the needle on the ground. He's like, fine, give me the hand job. Or the foot job, I guess.
And he doesn't dope out.
No, he doesn't. But I do like how he's rolling his sleeve up as Logan's trying to convince him not to do drugs.
What does he say exactly? What was that pep talk?
Oh, God. He's literally saying, like, I need you to be the man that you are.
Yeah.
Like,
Because Wolverine's like, dude, I'm too stupid to figure this out.
Yeah, he's like, we're
and
not
you're
gonna
too
find
stupid
her.
as a normal human on drugs.
Yeah.
And Beast is just a fucking asshole. Well, so shouldn't Beast in this situation figure all this shit out? Because he's essentially the Donatello of fucking X-Men.
Well, in the sense that he has computers made out of pizza boxes and shit.
Or he's a nerdy fucking homo, and he, like...
Oh, shit.
Everything he does is related to technology or vectors. I made these vectors, Ruby cards.
Oh, shit. You know, it's true. And I honestly, it's the past. So, like, he's recording 3 channels in PBS. How's he going to find it? That's right. I mean, Logan's right. He's like, dude, we are too dumb to find Mystique. We need your magic.
Yeah, Eric's going to beat us 1-on-3, all right? Because he can float. All right?
Oh, shit.
Well, and Xavier doesn't really count when he's on drugs. Because he's basically still a handicap.
He's like still even more useless.
Because let's date back to First Class, like this movie did with fucking 19 scenes from First Class. Or every fucking movie that Bryan Singer decided to do after... Bryan Singer must have loved First Class.
Yeah.
As Apocalypse and Days of Future Past just throws scenes of First Class at you. And I don't get it.
I think Bryan Singer was like, that was the only X-Men movie I didn't make that was good.
Well, what other X-Men movie did he not make?
Last Stand.
Just Last Stand.
And the Logans, I'm assuming.
Well, the Logans don't count.
The first one is called X-Men Origins. The Wolverine.
But that was, yeah.
If they want to make the title that confusing.
But according to our opinion, our order of opinion, that movie's not that fucking bad.
Not at all. So Bryan
Even
Singer's...
with Will.i.am drinking Fergie's piss.
So out of 4?
Leaking from her fucking jeans on stage.
Oh, God.
And yes, I will keep mentioning that because that shit's gross. She fucking peed herself on stage.
She did fucking do that, and if you didn't know that...
And if that's not pee, I mean, she fucking, like, water diarrhea or something.
Well, seeing that gave the vampire dude leukemia.
That's how you know with girls with those big asses and shit that their pussies are way too close to their asshole.
God. Oh,
Was that a little too far?
it's just gross.
I could go farther. So he kicks his fucking habit, essentially. And they make this big fucking deal out of his handicapness again. Oh, here's our wheelchair. This is where I became bald and a child molester.
It's like homie's sitting it.
I'd rather Xavier be a drug addict puss hound than a Heaven's Gate exposition spewing child molester.
Yeah, because think about how useless bald fucking Professor X is in this one.
Because Professor X doesn't make you laugh when he's bald and molesty.
No, not until Logan, at least.
Yeah.
And then he wants to molest Logan. He was such a disappointment.
Yeah, and, you know, Eric's Mandy mooring around. Whatever that means. And he finds fucking Raven or they conveniently meet. Well, actually, you know what? Mystique and Eric are the best meanderers in the world.
Yeah.
Because Mystique just meanders her way into any kind of information. And Eric just meanders his way into, like, wars and fights.
Into confrontations. He damn near walked into fucking fighting Kevin Bacon.
Or he's cock-blocking somebody. He can meander cock-block.
He can do that. That's a rare skill.
They're both cock-blocks as well.
Well, she's like...
She cock-blocked Xavier for 20 years, at least.
Did he ever want to fuck her?
No.
Oh, she just walks up in bars and fucking hates on him.
She was only friends with Charles. She thought, hey, why don't we, like, fuck? Like, I'm still a girl. And Xavier's just over here like, hey, why would I need to fuck you when I can just make women fuck me?
He's like, can you be a hotter girl? But he can't say that.
Yeah, right? So so fucking, you know, Eric and Raven meet up and they have their little scene. And he's like, are you my Mystique? Are you Charles Raven? Pick which bottom bitch you want to be.
Well, and Magneto's pretty fucking stupid.
I'll kill you. And like every fucking X-Men character with fucking Magneto, she just sort of is like, oh, I understand why he did what he did. I know he just tried to fucking kill me. And he was like, it's the protection of our race. And she's like, oh.
He even says it, and he's like...
You're so good.
He's like, yeah, I guess I didn't need to kill you. After all, they already got your blood. And she's like, well, who the fuck's fault is that?
Yeah. Again, because, like I said, when did they ever need this motherfucker?
They didn't. They should have left him there. Leaving him there would have been much better plan than fucking letting him go.
You exchanged Quicksilver with Eric? Shit's done. Movie's over. Past fixed.
Quicksilver could have just disassembled all of the Sentinels.
Yeah, right. Like, okay, I know, I'm gonna get a little faggy here. You know Lord of the Rings?
Yeah.
Right? When the end Return of the King, when all the dwarfs are fucking CGI and dying on the grass, CGI grass, and, you know, a woman somehow kills a 3-ton banshee with a soulless fucking knight. Right? Because that's exactly what happened.
Oh, shit, that's true.
Where it gets more ridiculous is when, you know, Aragorn goes into the fucking pussy of death, or whatever. When he goes into the mountain pussy of dead people.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, you will kneel before me. I'm Aragorn.
I have a sword.
We will be doing Lord of the Rings in the future, hopefully one day, so look out for that, I guess. Because that could get rampant and ridiculous very quick. So they fucking get the dead army, right, to help them.
Yeah.
And they killed all of the pirate ships, which there were hundreds of. And the orgs retreated in hopes that these motherfuckers are coming. They're like, those dirty Cubans. Where are they? Even orcs were racist. And
they didn't like Cubans either.
Those Cuban pirates. And Aragorn and fucking Gimli and Legolas jumped out with his pussy semi-dick and flopped around. Jesus. And they came with their dead army and destroyed everything. The fucking battle was over after that. And instead of them being like true, like, hey, let's finish this actual battle because they have another like 100,000 person army.
Yeah.
Let's keep these motherfuckers and we don't even have to fight. But they don't for convenience because obviously there'd be no fucking story. Or
yeah, because the fucking ghosts could have ended Lord of the Rings immediately.
So, that being said, Quicksilver is the equivalent of that whole dead army. Because he can essentially stop time and then be super fast within his stopped time. Or at least it feels that way.
And he could
the
just
way it's directed.
fuck anyone up.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah. So they can't really use him that much.
Yeah, it would be ridiculous.
And you see it in Apocalypse. They have to...
He has to be in spurts.
Because he could have whooped Apocalypse's ass.
Bro, this movie would have been over. He could have killed Trask and stopped the Sentinels.
He could have killed
He could have got both. He could have done it for both parties.
He could have destroyed all of Trask's research.
Yeah.
Without-
Because as soon as he picks up Trask's little dwarf body, his little heart can't take the fucking whiplash. He'll die.
Oh, his head would explode. Too much blood.
And so I don't even know what I'm talking about now. Oh, yeah. So they have their little scene in the phone booth, and she's like, "Yeah, all right, Eric, I'll see you later." Again, another person that could have stopped him.
Yeah,
He goes and meanders around to train tracks, right? Right?
Not yet.
Well, no, I'm not saying that that's the scene. I'm just saying that's where he meanders off. Because she just lets him go after he tried to murder her.
He doesn't even get on a train. He just walks the train tracks. He's like an old hobo.
But in the freshest fit, so no one gives him money.
They're like, okay, well, you look really rich, but you're obviously poor.
So he does look like a serial killer.
He is a serial killer. He'll just kill to kill.
Well, Fazenbaker looks like a fucking serial killer.
He looks fucking creepy, that's for sure. He's gonna give you the fucking brown nose or something. Whatever that is.
And then we see Trask looking at very small samples.
No, first we see
he
Logan
steps on
give
his little
him another
pedestal.
Pep talk.
No. Trask is first. Trask is first because remember Xavier already kicked the dope habit and he gets his wheelchair.
Oh, you're right.
And okay, let's talk about that. Fucking, why'd you have to make that big of a fucking deal? We get it. He's handicapped. Somehow his spine connects to his heroin addiction, connects to his power.
Oh,
because the movie needed fucking duality, and
they needed him to be a drug addict so he'd be useless.
And he's like, "Oh, it's time to polish the wheelchair, beast. Now you really have to wipe my ass and jerk me off."
Because hold on. Because think about it. Professor X had to be useless. Like he literally had to be, because if he was at full power,
he would just stop Mystique.
He could have just changed Trask's mind. Like he could have just affected the whole thing.
Or Nixon.
Or anybody.
He could have made Nixon like an actual president with integrity.
Or he could have just true. He could have just clapped Trask from Cerebro.
Yeah.
And then it would just
I mean, he'd be really hard to find though.
He'd have to look under some tables.
Yeah, he would always think that Trask is during the earthquake drill in class. He wouldn't know.
He always bumps his fat head on the table going under.
I don't know which I'd rather have. Trask was solid, but like I said, I don't know if I could take his character seriously. Because like I said, when he was looking at the samples, he needed like a 3-step stool. And the Asian was on his knees while he was looking at the microscope, so you know how bad that height differentiation was.
That's right, because and then even fucking what's his face? Stryker's like laughing at him.
What's up with that dude's mouth, bro? It always looks like his chin is pushing in his jaw. And it's creating like, it looks like I'm going to shoot a water gun at him for fucking stuffed animals, bro.
Well, then his fucking head would be the size of Trask's.
He's like, yeah, I know I look like an East Coast guy, but, previous versions of me were, I was a fucking gay Southerner.
According to this movie, I will eventually become Southern again.
And gay.
And gay. And in love with Wolverine. Wolverine.
Yeah, and Trask, like, this is where the movie starts getting phony to me. Because I'd rather just not know about Trask's motivations, bro. I'd rather just not know. And just him be this dwarf that's pissed off.
Yeah, that would make a lot more sense, because his explanation is fucking stupid. He's basically saying he's going to sacrifice mutants to get humans to band together.
And create these weapons that might scare people as well. Because these are weapons.
He lightweight wants an ideal dictatorship.
Yeah. And the way he says it is like, oh God, it's so corny.
I actually envy them.
It'll be the one thing that'll unite human species.
It's like, shut up.
Yeah, it's like, bro, who are you trying to unite so we can all unite against the midgets?
Yeah, go back to...
Like, I don't get it.
Oh, shit.
You're a fucking Ewok.
Well, he is a fucking... Well, It's so that his minority
I know
can
you
be
wanna
the
be
more. It's so his minority can be the more important minority.
That's what I was thinking in my
He's
head.
like-
Honestly, that's what I was thinking in my head, was that this was Dwarf Mania. And speaking of Mania,
Dwarf Mania
hold
like
on.
WrestleMania?
That's what I was gonna say. Speaking of Mania, that shit we saw with Roman Reigns and fucking yoked Action Bronson, I forgot who that dude's
I don't
name
know
was.
who the fuck that was.
That's the greatest entertainment ever.
Yeah, they're really stepping their game up with the new shit, apparently, because that's not the first time I've seen
Bro.
something recently that's ridiculous.
That was the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, for 5 minutes, that's the first time something has completely encapsulated my attention, made me laugh, entertained me completely, and felt good at myself about after.
Not just that, but it's like, bro, did they just have finally on Raw, like, someone just straight getting their ass whooped? Like, not a fight.
That
This wasn't a fight.
Like, it obviously wasn't a real fight, but I'm saying, bro, you can... Okay, and just to make it clear, just look up, like, Roman Reigns getting his ass kicked or whatever. Because a fucking dude, literally, this is literally what happens. He beats the shit out of him in the wall, throws him in the wall. All the guys are like, hey, come on, stop, bro, come on, bro.
You gotta stop it.
And he slams him on, like, the audio, like, containers or whatever that are, like, thousands of pounds. He just, like, slams
Yeah,
him
and, like,
on it.
completely solid.
And then, like, he's getting taken away on the stretcher. And fucking the dude runs up. He's like, I'm not done with you yet. And throws the fucking stretcher off a ledge. And then it flips over. Like, you're not faking that shit. And that dude flew, like 5 to 10 feet.
Yeah, he fucking launched that shit.
Then he gets picked up, put in the ambulance. And the dude runs in the ambulance, beats the fuck out of him, and then lifts the ambulance just to flip it over to piss his day off.
The dude barehand, like, deadlifts an ambulance to fucking beat up Roman Reigns just a little bit more.
It was some Popeye shit.
It was because he just kept fucking coming back to fight this dude. Like, he clearly won. Even after he already knocked him out initially, he walks away. He's not even in the stretcher yet. He comes back and rams a fucking container into his head against the wall, like a metal container.
That's what sent him to the stretcher.
Yeah. And then they were like, dude, we need an EMT. You need to stop it.
Fuck, that was entertaining as fuck, man.
That was the best
greatest
4
5
minutes
minutes of my life.
Yeah, however fucking long, but that was the best wrestling I've ever seen. It was better than all years
Any
of wrestling.
X-Men.
Yeah.
Any X-Men movie, I'll watch that. So you know, he's like giving his bullshit explanation about why he's doing this, which is stupid. And where, of course, is Magneto? He fucking meanders his way with a hard hat.
Right
like,
back into the fucking...
I'm Jimmy now. I'm gonna give these Sentinels penises. How about that? That'll look cool.
That's right, though. He's just standing there, like, staring at him like, Trask.
And he, like, trailed them floating, I'm assuming?
I don't get why he wasn't on the train to begin with.
Because he didn't get on the train until he found out where they were going. So he floated, followed them.
No, he walked to a point in the train where he knew it was going to be and waited for it. Instead of just getting in one of the containers.
Dude, fuck Magneto. Or he either fuck Magneto or he might be the funniest character ever.
He just does everything the hardest way possible. Like, instead of just attacking the White House, what does he do? He takes a fucking stadium. Like, completely unnecessary. Oh, the cops are gonna come? You have fucking 8 robots flying there. He could shoot them before they even get to you. You didn't need the fucking stadium, bro.
Yeah.
He just loves to show off and walk.
And you know that Mexican guy that was working the baseball field was like, I'm not saying shit.
He's like...
I'm not saying nothing.
Wow, how could you? You just see someone lift an entire baseball stadium.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, shit.
He's like, I can hire that guy as a mechanic.
Probably good. He'd probably be raw.
Yeah, and so now that... Then we go to the fucking Xavier using the Cerebro. It looks like he's a girl in 1950s salon. Like a little bit.
Beast was like, I checked all the vectors.
It's blue now.
It's blue. All the vectors are checked and, the dials and knobs are working, so I got you.
It's like, shut up.
And then
Shut up.
They-
And like his little, like, when Xavier starts having his panic attack in Cerebro, he's like, oh, too many voices. Like, Beast is like, oh, poor Xavier.
He's like, I'll go check the generator. Don't worry. Don't you worry. I'll go do that.
And he's like, did you shit yourself this time? Because I really don't want to wipe your ass this time, but I guess
I might give you the heroin again just so you can wipe your own ass this one time.
Over his God in my bone claws.
Wolverine's
Yeah,
like,
so Xavier fucking shits himself, and he can't use it. And of course, being the drug addict he is, he just wants to give up and do drugs. He's like, that was too much. You shouldn't have came here. I know, fucking X-Men race X-Men mutant race is going to be extinct, but fuck it, I'm gonna do heroin now.
and Logan
Smoke
has
my PCP joints.
Logan has a weird like fathery vibe, right?
Yeah, right.
He's like,
look,
come on, bub.
Look, bub. All right, I'm not you.
Like,
You're not me. I don't even know I'm here. Figure it out.
I don't know how to do that for you. You're right.
That's basically what he says.
Yeah, he's like, dude, just look into my mind. I think that'll work.
How did Wolverine know that? Because okay, so let's explain this bullshit scene, because this may be groundbreaking as far as movies and comic book history, because a guy who can't figure something out is so self-absorbed, pretentious, and a douchebag that he has to go in the future to meet his older, bald, handicapped self, so that guy could tell himself what to do and make him feel good and give him a pep talk.
All while referring to each other by their first name the entire time.
Yeah, he just walks in, he's like, Charles.
It's like, dude, just...
He's like, oh, I don't remember myself being this handicapped.
He's like, do I really get bald when I get older? God, those are jokes.
And you go, did you really touch kids? He's like, oh, I touch many. You will touch many, Charles. Oh,
There's one called Jean Grey. You'll sit in the bed with her.
And so he enters as Wolverine. Like I said, this is where it becomes cartoon fuckery.
No, that he uses...
This was the worst scene in the movie.
He uses
this was fucking terrible.
Kitty's power to fucking go through time, apparently. I don't know.
No, this is what happens. Xavier enters Wolverine's conscience. So therefore, within his conscience, he entered the future Wolverine's conscience as himself, so that he could talk to himself and get a pep talk to tell him what he needs to do 50 years from now. And of course, after they say, Charles, what's his real only advice to himself? Like every other X-Men?
Hope.
Have hope.
It's the most basic human
And just
emotion.
do better.
Yeah.
Just try it
It's
again.
like, just try, dude. Like, stop giving up, you bitch.
And that's when he's like, he looked in Wolverine's head. He's like, I don't want your suffering. I don't want your future.
I don't
I don't want that
your
gay
rape.
Southern man touching me in that way.
He's like, one day you'll get captured by the man who gave Wolverine his claws. He will do things to your mind with his son that is almost pedophilic.
And like after what was funny to me is after he did fail the first time as Cerebro, because apparently he only has period red vision now in Cerebro. What happened to the black and white that looked cool?
Yeah, I don't
like
it.
the red.
They keep
like,
changing
it's
fucking Cerebro.
And Wolverine basically says, hey, look, dude, like, the only reason why I am here, because I am a homeless douchebag, the only reason why I am here is because you're physically a bitch in the future. I'm the only one that can physically make the trip, so you need to fucking figure it out. Because that is basically what he said to him.
Shit.
Right?
No, that is what he said. He's like, dude, I don't want to be here. I only came back so I can ensure that I have a house for the next 50 years.
You poor, poor man.
I don't want your future.
So he meant poor man is like, you are a poor homeless man.
It's like, I don't want your poverty. Shit.
Yeah. And of course, just like, so just within that scene, I think Xavier cried before he used Cerebro. He cried after Cerebro.
He
He cried during the Wolverine, Bill Cosby fucking mind fucking he was doing. He cried in Wolverine's conscience as himself, with himself. He cried again. Because remember, he was like, I don't want the pain and suffering in my voices when he was talking to himself.
Yeah.
So that's 4 cries. And then after it was all good, he cried again. There's about 5 cries. So the cry meter's at like 38 right now. He's cried 38 fucking times.
He's cried more.
He's a whiny bitch.
He's cried more than he's actually been useful.
Yeah, and McAvoy's overacting makes his crying look even worse.
Pain!
Dude, you are a privileged prick.
Yeah.
Like, you're just privileged.
And what is he tripping off the voices? Like, bro, you learned how to handle that. Like, now you don't?
Yeah.
I guess. Maybe the heroin really does affect you like that.
Yeah, and after the Charles to Charles pep talk, fucking future self, old self, Hank says power's on. He's like, hey, yeah, check out my fucking 3 channels. Right? Is that it? Oh, no, I'm wrong. Sorry. The next scene is when Magneto meanders his way.
To make the fucking Sentinels, right?
Yeah, fucking electric Bob the Builder Magneto over here.
No one explains how it works. It's just wires.
Yeah.
He's just like, let me put wires in there. When did he get a degree?
And he got a degree in meandering.
You got a degree in meandering. That's just from walking around the camps.
Yeah, because they're always finding him in different gas chambers. And they're like, dude, what the fuck? Don't make me stick the shepherds on you.
He's like, you know how many
Wonderful.
You know how many trains I've been on in my life? 2.
Is Magneto, who's more self-absorbed? Wolverine or Magneto?
Magneto. Wolverine's just lazy. Like, I don't think he's self-absorbed. I actually don't think he cares about himself at all. Magneto only cares about his story.
Yeah. And Magneto can control his... Yeah, you might be right, because Magneto, like, he's a drunk, but he's not really a drunk either. Like, Xavier's a drunk.
Xavier's just like a lot of things.
Yeah, Xavier's... Yeah. Beast is a fag, and Wolverine's a drunk.
Yeah.
I don't know what Beast being that had to do with anything, but I had to throw that in because I
He's
fucking
addicted
hate the
to
character.
dick.
Yeah, he's addicted to Xavier's handicap dick. That's for sure.
Oh, let me take care of it. I invented
Does
this.
his dick work? That's my bigger question, because
well,
I don't think he fucks anyone in the cartoon or as bald chemo.
As a
Heaven's
kid,
Gate
eventually.
fucking Xavier.
Not in the cartoon,
Yeah.
but, you know.
Yeah. Was that kid already a kid when this was going on?
Dude,
Or did he have a kid long before?
I have no clue what year Legion takes place.
Xavier just didn't want to take care of his fucking kid.
The official story is that Xavier went and raped some fucking Holocaust refugee in Israel.
Yeah.
With mind tricks. In the comic book.
And the Humpty Dumpty fucking soul creeping guy in Legion is some, what is he, some Armenian or some Arabian?
No, he's like like a Moroccan, I think. I'm serious.
Yeah, whatever country that eats meat on kebabs. It's one of those.
All of them?
That's what I mean. It's one of those. Whoever folk dances the most, I think, wins that contest. So, you know, then they go to the scene where, you know, Xavier just got finished being a bitch, and they have to go regroup at Beast fucking showing off his technology that he created.
No, first
from his
he
jizz.
contacts Mystique. Then
That's
shows
right,
off
right.
his TVs.
Well, I didn't even want to show that. I didn't even want to talk about that because who fucking cares?
Yeah, basically,
she's limping around trying to kill the midget. Okay, like as simple as that.
And basically, he shoots his mind into other people's minds, and he's like, "Hey, bitch, come home. I need that $40 still."
I'll pound it this time. I swear.
And then we have Beast.
Yeah, and Wolverine's just fingering himself with his bone claw. He's like, "I used to remember this.
Oh shit!
All those homeless days alone."
He's like, "I used to watch Star Trek and dream what I could be."
And Beast is just like,
Hey guys, I gotta
"Let me jitter around some more. Can I flap my hair around?"
Well, that's why he's like,
And I'm over his little fucking FBI tax agent glasses that he has. I'm over those. Like, I just want to punch him in the fucking
Buddy
face.
Holly,
Really,
bro.
Yeah, he looks like he looks like a bassist for Weezer.
Okay, that might be the best description of him yet. Even when he's Beast, he looks like the bassist for a Weezer music video. But yeah,
I sort of fuck with Weezer too. Like, that's not even really that much of hate, but he looks like a fucking asshole. That's basically my point.
He's like a jittery ass motherfucker.
Yeah, and he's really fucking annoying. And you know, Xavier, he does all the airport shit and tells her to come in. God, he has to have his fucking mind projection, right?
Yeah.
Of him, like, standing sideways when he doesn't need to stand sideways at all. Like, did you notice that he's, like, sticking his dick out? He's like, yeah, I hope some guy rubs dicks with me as he's walking by.
He's like, have you forgotten this is a Calvin Klein commercial?
For pervs and
For
pedophiles?
pervs and pedophiles and greasy fuckers.
Greasy heroin addicts. He looks like a greasy heroin addict that goes to Miami with, like, $600 just to, like, do heroin and, like, you know, freak out chicks and stuff.
That's why That's why they're like, we're making Professor X bald now because you just can't have that greasy hair anymore.
And you know, he tells her, and of course Xavier fails. She's like, all right, look, you see my titties and you see my ass? You turn this down, you fucking asshole. Because holy shit, Jennifer Lawrence looked great right there.
Yeah.
Like, holy fuck.
Well,
that's the best she looks in any X-Men. Maybe, okay, Apocalypse, the first scene.
Yeah.
Where she's fucking, in that weird 80s dress. That Kmart fucking swimsuit that they cut open.
Well, she was kicking ass then, too.
Yeah.
So, like, in this one, she's just annoying and whiny.
No, this one she kicks a little bit of ass, but it just doesn't look right with Jennifer Lawrence. Something about Jennifer Lawrence doesn't match the athleticism of Mystique. Something about it.
She's just frumpy.
Yeah.
Which I think we've...
I think we've actually said that.
Yeah.
Hey, if we do repeat some of the shit we say, it's just because we're fucking stupid. And we forget that we've already said it. So.
Yeah. And it's not like we write it down. Fucking, it probably would help.
And then, Hank's like, oh, I can pull up PBS, TBS, CBS.
STDs.
Yeah.
AIDS.
And Wolverine's just like, make fun of your technology, but I don't even use this technology in the future.
Only 3 channels? Fuck you.
And what did fucking Xavier do after they show what's about to happen with Nixon and the fucking, you're on the record with show the Sentinel penises, it's time.
Oh, shit. Yeah, Xavier's fucking just sitting there talking about hope.
Yeah.
Like, we have to have hope. Or he says something stupid like
hey,
that.
Trash, suck my cock on the record. On it.
Well, that's what was the first presidential address, like, under the podium, was just Trask.
So I don't get it. Does he have a tape recorder in every fucking room?
Yeah. I think they record everything all the time.
And I sort of like how they made that, like, I wish I saw more Richard Nixon.
Yeah.
Because that just, like, that brought you actually back in time. You're like, oh, shit.
What if Richard...
Is that Nixon?
What if Richard Nixon was a main character in it?
What if he was a mutant?
That would
one
be
that
great.
lived?
Like, him and fucking... Like, just take out Professor X and have Richard Nixon. Richard Nixon and Magneto take over the world.
Yeah, Nixon could be like his WWE manager, right? Just like sitting there, just like as he's like, and Magneto's just doing his meandering fucking act. He goes and gets his fucking helmet.
That's right.
Yeah.
In the cleanest fucking Padre fucking outfit ever.
Yeah.
This fool literally comes in with and his hat's off to the side. He's wearing glasses inside.
Yeah. Somehow he gets the money for all these clothes, and somehow he has his he carries his wardrobe with him. Somehow,
even though he has no luggage or anything. And why, after having all these cool clothes, do you go and change into a costume? So it has to match the helmet.
Because in this point, he wanted to look like a Greek priest. If they had those.
Right.
Not a Spanish
You would
priest,
need a big-ass beard for that, though.
Because he had, like, that 300, like, armor look. Because it was old.
With
like,
the
it was
half
old
cape.
and tattered, you know?
Yeah, what happened is, why does this helmet... What's up with the X-Men literally changing the most insignificant shit every movie?
Because they gotta look funky fresh for the next scene.
Because, like, think about it. Cerebro, everything changes about all the time.
Yeah.
Their costumes change, like, fucking randomly. Like,
yeah.
What's the point?
I don't know. And, then they're on the plane. Wolverine's like, hey, man, like, when you get older, when you get more handicapped, can you be nicer? Can you lead us?
He's like, you need to find my friends.
Jean, look out for her. Don't touch her before I do.
It's like, Scott.
He's like,
Storm.
Logan, if she is who you think she is, she's a baby now, and I will touch her.
That's what I like. But he's like, Scott. Storm. I don't remember her name. I remember Storm.
He's like, hey, and remember, in year 1968, give me a home to live in.
Wolverine's like...
Wait, are they early 60s or late 60s?
I think they're like later 60s.
Oh,
at this
well,
point.
whatever, 1970s.
19...
I thought they were early 60s for some reason.
Like, just let me
but
come
Vietnam
back.
ended around like 19... Oh, this is late 60s. This is 68, probably.
Yeah. Because of Nixon and fucking Vietnam.
Well, yeah, exactly. Wolverine would be looking for a house in a month because he's going to have nowhere to fucking live after he gets out of the... After he somehow... Like, God... Like I said, Magneto saving Wolverine didn't really kill him.
Well, think about it.
Did he know his healing power?
No.
Because he sent him to drown, and Wolverine's never going to drown.
No.
Wolverine could probably live in water.
I think so. He can probably pass out, but he can fucking do it. And what's crazy
That
too
must
is,
be miserable.
I just thought of this. It created like a fucking like time warp in my own brain. But if Wolverine fails,
Right?
couldn't he just continue out his life and then try again with Kitty? Like, couldn't he just tell fucking Charles, like, yo, find Kitty earlier this time?
Yeah, but they were sort of in the future of the past. They were in like a point where if it was feeling like purgatory. That's what I think was the point of
The X-Men were
them
in
doing this
purgatory.
right now. Because, like you said, in some of the, or like I said, in some of the scenes, Iceman was like, "Oh God, these old cranks came out of here and just ruined our fucking day. We had a good thing going. We were still alive."
And then fucking Professor X and fucking Magneto show
Yeah.
up, and he's like, "God damn it!"
Yeah.
He's
And
like,
Iceman's like, "Yo, Warpath has enough peyote to last us like 2 more years. So at least we'll be high."
I wonder if
And
Bobby's
fucking,
thinking,
and Bishop has enough weed grown still. It'll last us for 2 years.
those dreads are just tie sticks. It's not even real fucking hair.
He's growing the weed out of his hair.
Give me a power.
And he's like, and that egg fucking stinks, but I guess he's gonna keep it in his dick the whole fucking time. And Iceman's a fucking queer. Like, what, at least, you know what, that's actually one of the characters that really fucking pissed me off.
Iceman?
Them making just so bland and gay.
They did it with Pyro, too.
But at least they tried to give Pyro flavor by making him look like fucking Stan.
Yeah, because they really
Guy
didn't have...
Fieri and fucking Mark McGrath.
They didn't have
Jesus.
Iceman do much. Like, he didn't fight that much in the other ones. And in this one, he, like, sort of fights, and it's raw for, like, 2 seconds.
Yeah. Then he gets his ass whipped.
And he gets his ass whooped.
Because he's sliding on his meth that he's making. That's Iceman's real power.
That's why they
He can
call
make
him
meth.
Iceman.
You know, and fucking Warpath, he's praying to the earth and hoping that it'll still not implode from them humans. And
Oh, shit.
he's imagining life as it was on the res. you
On the
know.
re-
But yeah, so fucking
Yeah, now the fucking Sentinels are coming, and fucking Warpath's like, there's like 1,000 of them. And Storm's like, that's too many. He's like, we'll just buy some time. And she creates a storm and crashes 2 ships together.
yeah.
It does nothing.
Wait, is this simultaneously what's going on?
Yeah, because this is, so he gets his helmet back, then, like, Logan says this shit like, hey, get him back, bruh. And then it cuts to the X-Men he wants him to get back.
Okay.
And now, after that, because they just literally do that, she just storms it up. Now it's fucking Magneto
Conducting
his way to a baseball field.
Yeah, oh God. And it's like, as seen from Apocalypse, which maybe didn't happen.
Maybe.
I don't know. Couldn't he just have like pulled up everything from the ground?
No,
and
because
killed the
Apocalypse
Sentinel?
enhanced his power.
Okay. All right, I guess so.
Wait, yeah, so Apocalypse did enhance his power. How come in this movie that Magneto wasn't just raw as fuck and could have hand?
That's what I'm saying. Like, Magneto seems like the one that could have actually semi-stopped them.
Brian,
Because how do you adjust to metal other than defending it? Like, they can't, like, stop the metal if he keeps sending metal and destroying the ground.
So he's like, he could, okay, at Apocalypse level, Magneto,
Yeah.
he can fucking shield
He would
himself.
have been able to kill all the Sentinels.
He can shield
They
himself.
wouldn't be able to come in. Like, I don't know what fucking mutant power they could, like, get through a magnetic field. I don't.
That's what I'm saying. He could shield himself with a magnetic field that even fucking Quicksilver couldn't get through.
But like I said, we don't know if that's the same, if Apocalypse ever happened. Because this is that timeline. So thanks, Brian.
Brian Singer, you're an idiot. I hate you.
And I'll never go to your house. I'll never drink the champagne you offer me.
I'll never.
And if I do drink it and I put that glass down, I'm making sure it's covered.
Jesus. Oh, shit. So, yeah, Magneto lifts up a baseball field. Which he presumably...
He just shows up to the baseball field as, the Latino guy.
He's like, I guess I'm off. Goodbye.
It's like, back to the orange stand.
The orchards need me.
And Magneto lifts a fucking baseball field to make this plot not seem so destructive. Or else people would be like, oh my god, my Superman destroyed a fucking city. How are these fucking heroes?
Yeah. No, exactly. It's like, I guess it's cool.
He's gonna take over the Sentinels, and you're gonna play all this fucking video game music to make it sound like it's hardcore, and then hardcore like hardcore porn.
Dude, what was up with the music in this one, bro?
I don't know. And you're gonna make the Sentinels, but all he's gonna do is shoot up some cars and scare people away.
Yeah, because at the rally, he just literally lifts the Sentinels up.
Yeah.
Well, first,
because he wanted himself some dwarf meat.
Yeah.
That's what he wanted.
Well, he was hunting for dwarf.
Dwarf meat and some fucking
President Nixon.
bad president meat. He was after some shit.
But first, Charles, they go also to the same fucking rally that's about to get shot up by Magneto.
Yeah, it's the rally of for 100 people, which
who knows?
You're expecting are like some important ass people, I guess.
It seems like that should have been in the stadium already.
I don't know.
About to show off.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you're just going to do it out in the open?
I guess.
Well, remember, they were just supposed to, like, sit there and jerk off.
Well, I don't think they were supposed to do anything. But eventually...
Trask was jerking off.
Oh, Trask was definitely jerking off. You could see it because
in
the
his
moment...
Gap suit.
The moment...
In fucking Wolverine... Like, this scene was kind of stupid because, like, they all go through the metal detector and, Xavier's wheelchair sets off. It's like, what if that fool's strapped in his wheelchair? As we've seen in Superman vs. Batman, wheelchairs can cause some damage.
Well, also, didn't Professor X in the fucking, like, cartoon have weapons in his wheelchair?
Yeah. He had lasers. I think.
That's right. Or missiles or some stupid shit.
Where's that Xavier?
That Xavier could be right. He's just floating around.
Where's that Xavier that sort of looks like an Egyptian? Like, with his stylized eyebrows.
Oh, shit.
That's just, like, sort of pissed off all the time, but still calm. I don't like this emotional ass bitch fit heroin addict Xavier. I don't like it. I don't like him in this movie.
That's
First Class, he's pervy. Days of Future Past, he's a heroin addict and depressed. And then in Apocalypse, he's extra pervy.
No, it's true. And the only time Professor X has actually been good in any of the movies is Logan.
Right?
That's the only time he doesn't spew exposition. He's actually a cranky old man like he's supposed to be.
Exactly. And Wolverine goes to the metal detector. He's like, hey, yeah, you'll have to check my dick, though. Got a lot of lead poisoning in there.
He's like, I have a fucking Jacob's ladder. It's like, damn, Wolverine. He's like, if I take him out, they'll just heal back anyway.
And then they cut back to the future at this point. This is when everyone starts getting clapped. Storm gets clapped. Bishop, they burned down all his tree, and he just let himself die.
Oh, no. Brother.
Boba Clot. And,
I'll never have my tree again.
They just fucking... like I said, I just miss... Bishop was like a loud cowboy. And they really did make this dude like a Jamaican. Like they
Bishop
made him
in the
seem
cartoon
like a
was a loud cowboy.
He kind of was.
With a dope.
In the cartoon, he was like, "Hey, man, fuck you, Wolverine. I'll clap you." It was like you knew he had some flavor, but he was like a cowboy.
Yeah, he was like the Texan.
He was like Terrence Howard. Like Terrence Howard should have been Bishop.
God.
Terrence Howard can do anything with the fucking Jerry curls.
Well, yeah, dude, that would have been sick. If Terrence Howard was the Jerry curled Bishop. He was like a long mullet.
And just said, "Mike," after everything.
Yeah.
He's like, "Hey, kitty, off my dick, Mike." Shit, bitch. Lend me some money, Mike.
Storm, hit me with that energy, man. I got it, man. Open up the portal,
because he would
bitch.
call girls Mike. He like, "Hey, Mike."
Open up the portal, bitch, man.
And so Colossus does his fucking dive of fury, And he gets his ass fucking torn half or the fuck out. Or no, is this the one he just gets punched his head off? No, this is the one where
He gets
Sentinels
ripped in
just
half.
rips him in half.
Yeah, and Magneto.
So fuck Colossus, right?
Yeah.
Like the one of the most strongest mutants ever. Just fuck him, right?
Just rip him in half. Apparently they can do that.
Yeah.
And Magneto like blows the X-plane up,
Yeah.
and he gets stabbed,
Yeah.
and he's dying too now. Everyone's dying. This is a theme.
Yeah.
I like this theme.
And meanwhile, Nixon and Trask, they all go into their little bomb shelter, right?
Yeah, because the
Trask is like,
Sentinels start
hey, it'll be
going
all
off.
right. They're like, hey, I think we're over capacity with Trask. He's like, no, it's all right. I'm like 1/3 of a person.
He's like, I'm only half a guy. Don't worry about it. I gotta finish jacking off.
It's cool. It was disgusting.
But I have doubled his head size.
And Nixon's like, is this on the record? Is it on or off?
I don't know anymore.
My jockey's moving to the left, and I'm trying to move it back to the right.
Are they
This
gonna
is
find
on the record.
record? The record. They're gonna find the files at the hotel.
My jizz is on that peace picture. That's a good-looking fellow.
This is
We're starting to sound like Brandon D. Camillo.
right.
Like,
Just fucking like rambling at this point.
because I can rap in Chinese voice too. But I'm not going to.
This is
Yeah.
when Mystique is like
Yeah.
finna clap Trask in
Yeah.
the bomb shelter.
As that, like, you know, that white security guard, whatever he was, Secret Service, whatever he was.
Yeah,
Was
yeah.
he Secret Silvers
was
for the fucking Lollipop Guild?
He was the Silver
No.
Surfer, actually. Yeah, but no. He's Secret Service. Yeah, his gun was made of candy. Trask's gun isn't actually made out of plastic. That's just rock candy. It blows up after one shot.
He bought it from a secondhand Arabian store. He used to blow bubbles, but now he makes it blow little Nerf darts. Pew.
That's the sound he makes. Pew pew.
No, and, you know, all jokes aside, that guy is a fucking solid actor. I'll take
I thought
that
you were
over.
gonna say that guy is a midget.
He did dwarf down the other guy that played Trask.
Trask fucking sucks.
The other guy that was just like, let's rape Mimic Man. He did sort of sound like Droopy too, as well, right?
Yeah, he's like, all right, guys.
Droopy was a fucking heroin addict.
Droopy was the dude. I bet you because
I want to watch Droopy now.
I bet you
I wanna
because
watch
of
Droopy
when
right-
it came out too.
Yeah.
Like it was based on heroin. It's like, bro, I know this dude. He's fucking hilarious when he's high. Let's make
Yeah.
a cartoon about it.
And Mystique, meanders her way into the fucking bomb shelter, and she tries to kill Trask and shows herself blue again, apparently.
Yeah.
Because all the guys are like, oh yeah, now we get blue titties to touch. And Nixon's like, yeah, keep this one on the record.
Keep it on the record. Take a picture. Someone take a picture.
Let me rub my nose in it first.
What are those dog biscuits? Put one in my ass. Off the record. My mentor taught me that.
Let's try and make this dwarf's head fit in her ass.
On the record. That one's on the record. The biscuits are off the record. That one's on the record.
In the fucking
And then it, like, cause it keeps it gets fucking choppy and off the record here. Because while this is happening, fucking Beast and Logan think it's a good idea to head on attack Magneto.
First, what the fuck does Wolverine do like he does every fucking time? He tries to fight a 4-ton Sentinel with his bone claws.
'Cause he
one-on-one. Like, no strategy with Beast. No, like, Beast is just like, oh, am I gay when I'm older?
He's like, yes. You're gay right now, kid.
It can change in the future's past.
We can change. What's funny is Beast says, do I survive in the future?
Yeah.
I think Beast means, do I survive today in the future? And Logan's like, no, you got killed off with the other mutants like 40 years from now. And Beast is just like, oh shit, I'm going to die today.
Yeah. And,
Because Logan's an idiot.
that's true. And,
Wait, isn't Beast sort of an idiot for telling him that? Because Logan wasn't even there originally.
Wait, say that again?
I said, isn't Beast sort of an idiot for asking him that question? Like, do I die today? When that day didn't actually happen.
I don't know if that's what he meant. I think he actually did say if we make like.
No, he just
do
said,
I make it in the past? I don't think he meant like today.
Oh, well, because hopefully, because that's.
But like I
just
said,
dumb writing.
Wolverine's an idiot. He just tries to take him 1-on-1.
He's
like, I'll beat him with bone claws. They won't like destroy my claws, or like I won't get my ass whooped. And
I was
like these bullets aren't big enough to chop my body up.
I was
right,
because his brain could just get blown up.
And Beast is sort of like, all right, I guess let me take off my fucking feet, stop jerking myself off of them.
Yeah.
And I'll go beat up this thing. Go ahead, Wolverine. Go do something stupid somewhere else.
Beast literally goes, fuck, you're an idiot. I'll handle it.
And of course, what does Wolverine do? He's like, new target, Terminator. I'm going to run at you.
Target acquired. Let me run straight at you.
That would be funny if he says that.
Bro,
like, there's no technology behind it or anything. He's just like, new target.
New target acquired. It's just him thinking out loud.
And he runs at Magneto, like, just fucking face for, like, literally, like, there's nothing else Magneto can do. And Magneto's like, all right, this fucking retard, here we go. Let's play this game again. And he's like, he's just throwing shit with his head nods, right?
He's like,
and Wolverine's like, my bone claws can fucking destroy anything without getting fucked up. Even though Sabretooth stepped on him in one of the things and they're all broken.
What are these?
Right?
Yeah, right? No, because
so Magneto, at the force of throwing a fucking sink at you at maybe 90 miles an hour, isn't going to break your claws?
He just doesn't care.
I don't know.
I don't think Wolverine cares. I think he just acts.
Yeah, and just like the Wolverine, Magneto finds a way to stop him. And Wolverine just keeps trying to go instead of think.
Oh, shit.
He's just like, fuck it, you can't do anything worse. Throw me, I'll be homeless somewhere else.
Because he's like...
That's fine.
It's like, he lands at the river. His first thought is, this is my home now.
Yeah, he's going to live in the water.
He's like, it's actually sort of cozy.
That was how he was thinking, because Magneto chucked that motherfucker. Like, he got chucked.
He just threw him fucking, like, at least a mile.
He got that Mike Vick commercial where you're standing on his knees fucking through, like, that shit was... Magneto had a boot on that one. What that would have been dope is Magneto should have, like, conducted and, like, threw him in the air and then, like, kicked his leg up, and that's how Wolverine flew. That would have made that scene
that would have been hilarious. Like, he just does a spin at the end. He's like, yeah! I got him. Thank you, Dad.
And he has his little fucking monologue of like, be scared of our penises because they are bigger than yours. And if they're not, we can do something weird with them to give them pleasure.
Together.
And like, then you see fucking, you see Toad handling food, which just sort of took me out of the scene because that shit was fucking disgusting.
And the sick guy's getting drunk.
I don't want gonorrhea or fucking skin tag juice on my fucking food, bro.
Yeah, they show him serving food, the guy who can poison you getting drunk, and they would have shown you the black soldier, but he already died in gang violence.
No, and then they have that one, like, chemo leech fucking thing, whatever the hell that thing was with the star.
Yeah,
like,
he just looks up.
Her Nordic star on her fucking face, whatever that was.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and he has this little monologue of, like, basically, we're the mutants, here is Roar. Like,
I'm going to shoot the president now.
Yeah. One that no one likes or cares about, and basically asking for him to get assassinated.
Nobody liked Nixon. Why do I care?
And Mystique formulates herself into Nixon. And what made Magneto turn around?
Fuck. That's a good question. Oh, the fucking because Beast was getting chased by the Sentinel, and he stabbed himself to become quote unquote human. So the Sentinel redirected to attack.
Something cool he actually did, even though it required no action.
Yeah, and he was
because Beast has no action.
Well, Beast hit himself with like 5 vials.
Pussy or fucking fighting. No action.
Oh shit! Beast hit himself with like 5 vials, so for the entire fight afterwards, he was just nodding off.
Yeah.
But yeah, then it redirects on Magneto, and that's why he gets distracted. Because Mystique is fucking... He really got distracted. Because he was like, I don't want to see that blue waffle anymore. He's like,
So-
stop talking to me.
And then Mystique pulls out the plastic gat and fucking shoots him in the neck, right?
Yeah, blows his... What
And then-
should have killed him?
And then, like knocks the fuck out of him with that kick. Of course, hitting someone with their nasty-ass blue feet. And he just gets mollywopped.
Shouldn't that have broken her foot? It's
I
a
don't
metal
know.
helmet.
I don't know.
There's a lot of times she's done bare shit.
Because all of a sudden, she's Jackie Chan. She was a whiny fucking cunt that couldn't do anything in the last movie. Now all of a sudden, she's Jackie Chan.
She does all her own stunts. That's why those titties are real.
And all the while, Kitty's bleeding because Wolverine, when he has fucking panic attack, lit her up, and Iceman's trying to repair it with his... he's like, oh, these are normal meth lesions, or we can clean
Why didn't
these
he
up.
just freeze it?
I don't know.
That's what I thought.
I think he was doing that.
No, he was
'cause she
just
had
rubbing
water
cloth
leaking from
on her. That was blood.
Oh. She
Yeah.
sucks.
Well,
Kitty
and then
fucking sucks.
Kitty does.
And that chick that plays her, like, I'm over that bitch.
What the fuck's her name?
I don't
Helen
know.
Page? Helen
Whatever, the one
Keller?
that was in Juno.
Helen Keller.
That's all we remember her from.
That's her name.
Like, let's get real about
Good old Helen Keller.
that. And essentially Magneto's right, because what were they going to do? Like, they were going to keep progressing it, but at the same time, he, like what an asshole, right? At the same time.
He was just going to kill them all. Just everyone.
Yeah.
Just fucking, like, literally, Magneto didn't give a fuck. He was actually probably going to make the problem worse.
Yeah. And Mystique picks up the gun and, like, drops it as low as she can to aim at Trask.
She's like, I don't know if
She's
I
like, I'm
can
gonna
shoot
in
like
your little
this.
dick. And then Xavier has this fucking pep talk with her.
He's like...
Because, okay, hold on. I want to actually speak about that. When Magneto dropped metal things around Xavier, that did look hella funny. Like, his handicap ass falling on the ground. He's like, oh!
Oh, and that, and then he fucking...
Like, he's just laying there fucking helpless as fuck. Like, oh, I think I'll control minds from here.
And then a piece of it falls on top of him, so he's just like, I guess I'm stuck, guys. Sorry, I guess I'll be useless again.
Yeah, and he's talking to her, or he doesn't try, because he's like, I'm not going to control you now. I won't. I swear. I know I've just been a fucking, like, what kind of...
Like, I don't want to smell you.
Because he doesn't want to fuck her, so what kind of relationship is that?
It's a brother, essentially.
He's trying to be her dad.
Well, that's because Charles is a controlling asshole.
He's trying to be her, like, adopted uncle.
The creepy one.
Yeah.
The one that touches you?
That's exactly what happened. And he's like, oh, I'm not going to control you now for the sake of this movie. I'm going to give it a message. How about that? And he stops her from fucking killing him. And, like two old British men, Magneto concedes to defeat. He's just like, I lost.
Yeah.
And he's like, Charles, I'm good as dead if you let them have me. And
I know.
Xavier's like, I know. And he's, goodbye, old friend.
Like, just get the fuck out
And
of here.
of course they let fucking Magneto go. Even though he did all of this shit, presumably you would assume, unless the bullshit of X-Men, that he did kill some people with the Sentinels.
Oh, yeah, dude,
And-
he murdered some people.
And Xavier just lets him go. He's just like, I'll float away now. And he fucking floats away.
He puts his arms out to the side and he's just like Jesus, just like, goodbye. That's all you hear is him just saying goodbye.
Oh, God. Mystique was okay with him attempting to kill her and causing a fucking scene. They both, Beast and Xavier, let him, like, fuck Mystique and, like, turn her into a fucking supervillain. And,
Oh, shit.
And he pulls this stunt and they're just like, all right.
Well, yeah, they don't
Till
care.
the next time, old friend.
That's what always got me about the X-Men is Professor X isn't like...
It is like the cartoon, though. That's exactly how the cartoon was.
Yeah,
It's just like, okay.
Who cares about what's going on around us? No, that's what I'm saying. X-Men is not like Marvel where it's like, we have to worry about the people and the citizens. X-Men is just like, well, we care about mutants and like we'll try to save people, but if shit pops off, we're just going to worry about what we're doing.
Everything about X-Men is about the oppression of mutants. Every single thing about it.
It seems like they should be oppressed because every time they fucking get loose, some shit happens.
Bro, like I said, in The Last Stand, check it out, episode 39, the last one's out on iTunes right now, subscribe. Phoenix, she fucking, like, she is the reason why motherfuckers should be developing these programs against mutants. She's a crazy schizo bitch that can destroy everything.
And she can disintegrate people.
Yes.
And
She's the Mummy. She's fucking Emotep, bro.
And then
You can't let her get full fucking nobility.
same thing with Apocalypse.
Like, fuck, bro.
Like, every time something pops off in the X-Men,
Yeah.
it never helps Charles's case of, like, trying to coexist.
Yeah.
Because it's all okay. Like you said, Jean Grey, most powerful mutant. Apocalypse, most powerful mutant. Fucking
Yeah.
Magneto, one of the most powerful mutants.
Yeah.
And all of them cause fucking havoc. Havoc, one of the most powerful mutants.
Yeah.
He was just selling drugs.
Yeah, Mystique, she can turn in any butthole she wants to turn into.
Any butthole.
She can turn into JFK's butthole.
I never shaved my balls, and I made Marilyn Monroe suck them. Yeah, JFK's butthole was delicious to her. It was
Yeah,
clean.
it would taste like clam chowder. That's
Clam
for God.
chowder.
And she makes, speaking of Mystique, she makes the right move and basically takes away the first 3 movies.
Yeah, essentially. By fucking not shooting Trask.
Yeah.
Now we don't have to sit through Bryan Singer's bullshit anymore. But wait, yes we do. Because Apocalypse.
I don't want your future!
Oh, God. Yeah, well, so we see, what was next? Oh, yeah, Wolverine fucking wakes up in a home. He's
For
like,
once.
Bed, an alarm clock that I'll never use because I have no reason to wake up.
What I don't get is why the alarm clock is more advanced. Because are they basically saying, like, you needed the mutants? They make the technology.
And Wolverine goes back to his true life mission of creeping on Jean Grey in front of her husband.
He touches her face, and fucking Wolverine's like, hey, bro, you looking at my
mean
girl?
Cyclops?
Cyclops,
Yeah.
yeah, Cyclops is like, hey, bro, you looking at my girl? You gonna tell me to leave your girl alone? So if I had to, she wouldn't be my main bitch.
And then he goes and fucking makes some drugs.
Yeah, he's like, you
Did
see
that
these
scene-
glasses? They're fucking drug goggles.
The Summers family is a entrepreneurial monopoly of a drug family.
Who would like to wear fucking shitty clothes.
No, they wear nice clothes.
Not the... Only Havoc
They
wore
wear nice drug
clothes.
dealer clothes.
Because
No, Scott's pretty fitted.
Scott
he always has a
always
really nice
wore
leather
fucking...
jacket.
Yeah, a leather jacket and, like, riding jeans. He looks
Yeah,
like
because he's one of those white guy drug dealers that doesn't need the flash, bro.
Well,
he
'cause
doesn't.
he
He doesn't
had-
need all that.
He has fucking Iceman, right?
Yeah.
So he's hitting that trucker market. He's like, yeah, I sell to bikers and truckers mainly. Truck stop hookers, too.
Yeah, well, that's the real reason why he doesn't like Wolverine, because Wolverine never wants to fade up on the fucking drugs.
It's like,
He's like, bro, I keep giving you all this free meth from Iceman. He's already chipping points off the top. I'm trying to make some real dough over here, and you keep fucking making me front you some shit. And you never pay me back.
It's like, I already bought you a bottle of Jack last week, too. It's like, I know, man. This meth's pretty good. I put on my claws and then retract them.
Yeah, and that, Wolverine goes back into his, like, I want to be the side dude, fucking creep mode. Weirdo.
Yeah,
He's the fucking... It's like, of course, Wolverine has to be that, right? Just completely not respect. And, on top of that, in the Wolverine, check it out on iTunes, our episode on it, in the Wolverine, this motherfucker goes to the dude, like, hey, should you be fucking these 2, like, maybe tranny prostitutes? You got a fucking wife, don't you? It's like, motherfucker, look how you treat the fucking... Are they married, though?
No, I don't know.
I thought they were married.
I think they're, like, dating.
But
They
it's
live
like
in the
Wolverine
same
doesn't give a
dorm room.
Fuck. He is
Wolverine-
down to break a good relationship. Like, either he really doesn't fuck with Cyclops, or he's that much of a puss hound.
He just has no emotions. He's fucking ridiculous. Think about it. Look at how he was raised.
Yeah.
Which was, like, extremely
By a
rich.
rapist.
Well, extremely rich.
If
and
we're
then
going by
his
Wolverine
rapist
Origins,
brother. Yes.
again, check that one out, too, as well. Because you'll find out why we're saying this kind of shit.
So,
Sabretooth, his brother, who you presumed helped raise him, was a rapist.
we tried to rape
He
Storm.
attempted to rape people.
Oh, yeah, and also an Asian lady in
Yeah.
Vietnam.
An Asian girl.
They were like, "Bong-ya-ya."
And and fucking Wolverine's touring the house again. Wait, Xavier's like, are you ready for another exposition tour around the house?
Well,
Logan?
first he in classic Xavier style, he gets pissed off at Wolverine. It's like, Wolverine, you missed class again, you asshole. You oversleeping? It's like,
I'm
what
not
the
paying
fuck?
you $10 an hour for nothing. What do you think this is?
He's like, I teach
I'll
a
break
class.
your kneecaps with my mind.
It's like, I teach a class. It's like, yes, history of homelessness. Oh yeah,
It's a 2-page pamphlet.
you wrote it. How to be a mutant on the run for 200 years.
How to not die is the back page. And you actually are the opposite of that. You try and die at every cost.
The
but you're a
forward-
fucking idiot.
The foreword was written by a bear. It's just a paw print. Logan, you're an asshole.
Well, and then on the underscore, it's Wolverine fucking a bear.
That's the picture on the back.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
And
Where can I buy that book?
anywhere.
Anywhere?
Yeah.
Just any street corner?
At Mutant Academy. It's the
In-
number one seller.
Any truck stop in Canada has this book.
It'd be clean because Wolverine would never need an autograph. He would just claw your book.
Just
and
stab it?
Ruin your book. No, claw it.
Cut it into 3 pieces. Oh shit.
The book of History of Homelessness written by Logan. 2-page pamphlet that he rips in half to sign. I'd pay to watch that movie.
Just the signing.
I'd pay to watch Wolverine as a struggling author. And then he struggles and gets pissed off so much that he just murders everyone.
What if that was the next Logan movie? He's like, I didn't actually die. I just sort of
Before we
died."
go 4 hours with this fucking podcast, Xavier floats around. He's in a floating chair now. More handicapped than ever. More pedophilic than ever.
Oh, Wolverine.
And he's like, what's happened since 1983? He's like, well, last thing I remember, you were a heroin addict, buddy.
You were a heroin addict. There was a blue bitch who was naked.
And meanwhile, he's attempting to make a new home in the water, in the Wolverine futures of past.
He's like, maybe if I just find a shell I can fit into like a hermit crab, I can survive down here.
And then he gets pulled up by blue tit striker face Mystique.
Who flashes her yellow eyes. Ooh.
Ooh. Because that's not been done before, Bryan Singer, you son of a fucking bitch.
Bryan Singer, fuck you. In the ass. I hope you
What-
go to prison for
what-
this shit. So someone will fuck you in the ass.
I tend to not believe that. I don't think there's as many rapes as people think there is.
I'm not saying
Oh,
that
you
there
think
are a
he'll
lot.
get turned out.
Yeah, I'm just saying someone will rape him.
Yeah, just for fun.
Just for
Because
fun.
like, hey, you the guy that made X-Men.
He's like, I fought a dude after Apocalypse, that's why I'm fucking here. That movie was trash.
Dude, after Apocalypse.
Some dude left thinking it was Apocalypto and it pissed me off.
Yeah, and that's the movie. Woohoo. It somehow got an 8.2 on my list.
For me, it was a 7.8.
I don't know which I'd rather watch. The Pink Floyd tribute band, or Path to Suicide, or fucking this movie. I don't know.
Well, honestly, if I could choose,
Or Life on the Res.
if I could choose any movie that'd be better than this movie, it's just watching like the last scene of the Hulk TV show, but with Magneto meandering around for an hour and a half doing shit. Like, I want to know where he gets his clothes. I just want to know.
That's why I gave it the score I did, bro. Still at the same time, though, like, just to not make fun of it for a second, it was pretty well paced. It fucking flowed pretty well for the most part. It got a little choppy at the end, but
It needed to be, though, because I had to explain.
besides, the 97 cries from Xavier,
and then the 37 expositions from old Xavier.
and them talking to each other, which actually I don't know if I like or don't like. I don't know if it's ridiculous, or actually, no, it's clearly ridiculous. I don't know if it's good ridiculous or bad ridiculous.
It teeters.
Because I did sort of respect that they went there with it.
Just the fact that they both call each other Charles to start the conversation might make it good.
How many tablets of acid did fucking Bryan Singer stick up his ass for that one? That's all I want to know.
That's
Off the record.
Off the record. In my butthole.
And they had Nixon, so
Yeah,
I
Nixon.
gave it a 7.
Bro, what
They gave me 7 points right there, just because they had Nixon.
I wish the
And
movie...
the first thing they did say was like shoving Dodd biscuits up his ass and being like, "Oh, record."
I'm gonna eat your soul.
So should we go over our fucking list?
Yeah. Yeah.
If I could find them. Oh, well, I think I lost them again.
Once again, it's on.
God damn it. I don't know where they are, actually.
You know what they say.
I don't know where they fucking are. Where the fuck is my list? Did I fucking erase it? Oh, here we go. I got it. Somehow it didn't register.
Isn't technology fucking cool?
No. Because I actually used my Chase card on a fucking with the chip and almost lost my shit the other day.
Almost left it somewhere?
Yeah, no, well, first off, okay, so I'm buying some shit and I give them my card. It was like $200, right? They put the fucking chip in and they're like, it didn't go through, right? Well, I have a notification after every transaction over 125, I get alerted on my phone. So I got an alert on my phone that, hey, yo, this shit like went through. This is a charge, right?
Yeah.
So I looked at it. I was like, it's a charge. And they're telling me it got canceled. Like, it didn't go through. It got declined. And I'm sitting there like, what the fuck? Like, yeah, it says it right here on my fucking phone. Like, you want to look? And, of course, the two dumb cunts that are working there are just like, oh, well, on our side it says decline. I'm like, well, on the bank side it says right here, bitch. So I'm walking out with this shit one way or another. Y'all gonna have to murder me.
Jesus, what the fucking store was this at?
It was a stupid fucking store. Put it that way. I was just buying some clothes and shit and fucking some mats, some things. And yeah, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, who the fuck? And then so I'm sitting there like, well, it was charged. And the lady's sitting there like, well, from our end it's not, so I can't just let you leave with the shit. And I'm like, look, that's not my fault.
Yeah.
Your machine fucked up. You know? But then I later thought about it. I made a whole big fucking scene. Like, I sort of called the bitch a bitch. She was one.
Jesus.
And then the younger girl was actually chill. Of course, the older lady's a bitch, you know? And I told her to go fuck herself. And then it got handled with the younger girl. But at the same time, it's just like, why the fuck did that all happen? Over a fucking chip? Because later on, I started realizing, wait, it might be my bank's fault. Because honestly, if the merchant didn't put it through, they shouldn't be charging me shit.
I don't know who the fuck's fault it is at that point.
No, the merchant didn't put it through. So it's the bank's fault, realistically.
Yeah.
They fucking did it too early.
For accepting the
So
charge.
they can go fuck themselves. And what I think actually wound up happening is, because the transaction went through, I called the bank all heated. And the bank fucking changed my shit. And they're like, yeah, we credited you the shit. So I think I might have just got it all for free.
Nice.
So everyone can go fuck themselves at that point.
So,
But moral of the story, technology's fucking stupid.
benefited you
And it
there.
pissed me off until I got a headache and realized, hey, wait, I might get some shit for free. So actually, shitty technology might give you some things for free.
Sometimes.
So just moral of the story is, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Anyways, my list. Your host, Anthony, the one that matters. Number 9, X-Men Aaron Brockovich with a 1.7.
Aaron Brockovich.
Apocalypse. Because I would have rather watched fucking Aaron Brockovich. Number 8, X-Men with a 4.1, the TRL special. I still feel fucking Carson Daly's voice in my ears from that fucking movie. Promoting fucking Weezer and Blink-182.
Oh, shit.
Fuck Blink-182.
Yeah, Blink-182
That's
might be
the
the
gayest
worst.
band in
No,
history.
Green-
Anyone can fucking blow me if you fucking like Blink-182.
Green Day's the gayest band in history.
Oh. Yeah, Green Day and Blink-182 can just go fuck themselves. Like,
Right?
seriously. They're fucking gay as fuck. Number 6, X-Men Wolverine Origins with a 5.0. And all points of that goes to the fact that, yeah, Sabretooth is a rapist and he did raise Wolverine. So it's a lot of this, you know, if you want to know why fucking Wolverine's a scumbag and why we always call him one, he was raised by a fucking rapist.
Oh, shit.
Number 5, X-Men Last Stand with a 6.2. I try to develop a fucking psychological barrier and put myself in a fucking cocoon before I watch that goddamn fucking movie. Number 4, X-Men First Class with a 7.2. I gave all scenes of that to Xavier having mind sex with Magneto. All points.
Oh, shit.
Number 3, The Gaze of Future Past with an 8.2. And I give all points to that to Kitty developing a fucking level 5 mutant power out of her asshole.
Yeah, apparently, huh? They can't explain that. She never had that power in anything, but now she does.
Yeah.
Who the fuck knows?
I don't get it.
All right. So for me, number 9, Acrapolypse. I gave it a 2 because it felt like an apocalyptic crap.
Yeah.
Like it felt like my asshole was torn asunder.
I don't know what's worse, a girl with big gorilla vagina lips or watching that movie.
Ugh. Natural lips. Number 8, I have the first X-Men. I gave it a 3.
Okay.
That movie fucking sucked.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say about that. I don't even want to make a joke. I can't think about it.
Yeah.
Number 7.
It's some Mandy Moore shit.
It is
X-Men's some Mandy Moore shit.
Dude,
Like, Mandy Moore should have been Rogue. And I might have liked it more, because at least I wanted to fuck Mandy Moore.
it makes me physically cringe. Number fucking 7, The Wolverine.
Actually, I think I fucked up.
How so?
I didn't say The Wolverine.
Where'd you
My number 7 movie was The Wolverine in the XCU with a 4.4 in Japan. The only reason why I gave that any kind of points is because Wolverine fucking torpedoed about 200 yards to kill the guy.
Yes, he did. And that was the best scene in the whole fucking movie.
So, go ahead. My bad.
My number 7, Wolverine.
The Wolverine.
The Wolverine. And I gave it a 3.5 because, that's how many times Wolverine's had to have... Well, yeah, that's how about 3.5 seconds is the common answer from Wolverine. Yeah. But 3.5 is also how many times he's had to have his own fucking name explained to him.
And on a movie note, the worst ending in maybe in the history of comic book movies.
Yeah, that was terrible.
That was the definition of a crash
Red
landing.
Skull was pretty fucking bad in Captain America.
No, it's not as bad as this.
That was a crash landing.
It wasn't as bad as this. I hope that actress that played the Lizard, I hope she dies of cancer.
Along with the vampire from fucking Will.i.am's friend, the vampire.
Who's the vampire? All I know is the Blob.
No, the fool from Black Eyed Peas.
I'll tattoo you on my balls. Let me just slurp you while I jerk off. Hey, Beast, come here. Come jerk me off with your feet.
Off the record.
You're going to have to move some fat around to get my penis.
I remember when your dick was 60 pounds lighter.
I wish that Asian would try and kill me. I'll fuck him and then kill
him. Number fucking 6. Fucking 6.
Yeah.
I had X-Men Origins, the Wolverine. With a 5. Because that's how many fucking different versions of Stryker there have been right now. Stryker.
It's only been 2, but all right.
No, they have
Those
old
3.
Stryker, young Stryker, middle-aged Stryker.
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
And baby Stryker. And daddy Stryker. Number 5. X-Men The Last Stand. I give it a 6. And, I really just like...
That was generous. We were both generous with that fucking
That was pretty fucking generous. But the best scene is fucking Magneto realizing he's a dumb cunt.
Yeah.
What have I done? Now I'm a human. I can't do anything about it.
Yeah. And all of a sudden, there's fucking classes and levels and E classes, S classes, fucking C classes.
It's the 12-cylinder mutant.
Yeah.
So, number 4, X-Men First Class with a 7.5. I fucking sort of like this movie.
Really?
Sort of. But you know what I liked more is our podcast on this movie, because that shit was hilarious.
Yeah, check that the fuck out. What's that, episode 41?
I believe so.
40. That's the 40th anniversary. Within 4 months. I hate when people do that too. Fucking podcasters with your fucking pyramid scheme. It's our 40th episode.
100th episode in 100 days.
Yeah.
We just posted ourselves talking for 3 minutes.
100 downloads, 100 episodes. You know I'm getting fucking tired of 2 Lipsin? Lipsin? Is when I look up our fucking downloads and the shit says fucking zeros for a bunch of things that pop up in the title.
What the fuck does that mean?
I don't know. It means that I'm going to fucking go to a different host site. That's what it goddamn means.
They're just telling you, like, this is where you suck. These didn't get anything, remember? That's what it's really trying to do. They're like, fucking, just stop it.
I'll stab Lipsin. Because it's a guy named Lipson that's running the fucking
Lipson
website.
Davidson.
All right, go ahead.
All right. Number 3, I have Days of Future Past, which
Yeah.
is this movie.
Yeah.
The 7.8. I liked it. It was linear. But
Wow, I liked it a lot more than you, huh?
yeah.
It's crazy.
Honestly, like I said, though, I just really watch it to see Magneto fuck up and meander.
Yeah.
I love his mistakes.
Yeah. And he loves Mystique's blue pussy, that's for sure.
But does it stink? Does it exist? Can
No.
she create one?
I don't think she, like, I don't know. I think she's like Carnage, where she can just like morph around your
She's a
penis. I
symbiote.
guess, yeah.
She symbiotes your cock?
Yeah, so fucking subscribe, all right? And download all of these episodes so far. All of the movies we've listed, X-Men Apocalypse, X-Men The Wolverine, Wolverine Origins, X-Men Last Stand, X-Men First Class, and this one, and fucking do Logan as well. That's episode 33. And if you want to fucking look at Legion, I don't know if we're returning back to that, but because fuck Legion.
Yeah,
that show
Legion,
fucking
it's
sucks.
been over.
Yeah, check out, that's episodes 33 through what, 41?
Yeah.
Or 33 and then like whatever, Legion sprinkled in between those. They're all there. They're all in the descriptions too. Check out all the other episodes on our previous series. We did all of the movies in Harry Potter, Marvel, and
MCU.
MCU, whatever. I'm saying Marvel. Marvel.
Oh. I meant
Marvel,
to say fucking Star Wars, but
Harry
I said
Potter,
MCU.
Marvel, Star. Oh, I thought you were trying to correct me.
No. I just fucking threw myself off.
Well, fuck it now then. MCU, Star Wars, and Harry Potter. Harry Potter was episodes.
Well, they're the ones that say fucking Harry
Harry
Potter
Potter,
in
yeah.
front of them.
Yeah. Yeah, they all say X-Men, Harry Potter, or Star Wars. Pretty much all of them, except for like the Wolverine.
Only
and fucking-
MCU movies have their unique
Yeah.
names.
and they're all gay too.
They are.
So yeah, check all those out. Just fucking subscribe and turn your shit on automatic fucking downloads and actually download it. I guess.
No,
'Cause
I
we're still,
guess.
like I said, we're still climbing that scheme. I don't know. I might be getting lost in the pyramid, dude. I might never get out and die of fucking starvation. The game is
shit.
thick. The game is thick. And I don't got a coach on the whiteboard showing me what to do, man.
Well,
I don't
you
get the
never know.
podcast game, never will.
You
So that's why I'm
never
just
know.
happy with the downloads that we're getting. And like, if you like it, just like I said, fucking subscribe. Follow on Twitter and Facebook. That's where we got all our release schedules and all of our bullshit. Tim puts up some fucking hilarious tweets, like about Trump taking a dump on Afghanistan.
Yeah, bro, that's the coolest thing that's ever happened since I've been alive.
Can Wolverine survive this?
Can he?
He could survive it, but he's still gonna be homeless.
Well, his home just got blown up. Fuck.
Yeah. So yeah, fucking, you know, release schedules are up.
Logan
although
would-
although we're already past the end of our release schedule and only on the third fucking best movie. So
Enjoy
but
that.
the release schedules are there, and we also put our episodes on Facebook and Twitter and all, like, just a bunch of malarkey and fucking baloney. And
The release schedules are like the Da Vinci Code. There is the actual dates on them. You just have to figure that shit out.
yeah, and look out for our future episodes as well. Not just on X-Men. We're doing all of fucking Fake and Furious.
The Fake and the Furious.
You
And
know,
the
we're going to
dead
talk
now.
about bisexuality, dead people, R&B singers, rappers, Japanese people.
And how many movies Paul Walker can survive?
So those are going to be out soon. I'm just letting you know right now, we're going to be dropping a lot of episodes in a very small bit of time.
Yes.
So
and,
fucking subscribe and download, motherfuckers.
And spoiler alert, it's 6.5
6.5 what?
movies that he survived.
And we're going to be talking about Paul Walker's brother. Because, you know, you can computer CGI your face, but I don't think you can... I'm not even going to say that. You know, I'm not even going to say that. You guys can figure out what I was going to say there. That's my order of opinion.